got this.
BBC and we coming at you full force with nut butts, fuck ducks, and some dull swords. Cuss words, buzz kills, getting cooked quick. We the thing to make your brain wipe, the shit to make your nuts itch. So sit down and get back, better ready up your head for a full-blown attack. In fact, we the best kind of poison, so come and join us, the beautiful boys cast.
Welcome back to the beautiful Boycast.
Here we are.
Welcome back. We got comedian Rodney Norman.
Hello. It's a pleasure to be
Hell
here
yeah, dude.
in the basement of oddities.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
basement of oddities and wacky pictures and neat knickknacks.
Yeah, we like to keep it fun here.
Yeah,
we like to be,
the juice
joyful.
is loose behind you. You got caught in prov.
This is nice.
Oh yeah.
So is this a collection of just you wanted to decorate, or was this just the way it looked when you started?
No, we built
looked
this up.
nothing
It
like
was,
this
it was
when we
nothing on the walls. All we had for the most part was just this Playboy sign.
Mm-hmm.
But then we went around it. We got as much stupid shit as we could.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we got Judge Frank Caprio right there.
Honorary judge.
He's a
Frank
wonderful
Caprio.
man.
Yeah, you've seen that show?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Dude,
Hell
he's
yeah.
the man. I've gotten a couple. I live in Providence now, and I've gotten a couple speeding tickets since
Uh-huh.
I've gotten here. Dude, my mom keeps on just paying them for me like a fucking bitch. I want to go to Frank Caprio and fucking
Yeah.
get on TV, dude.
Yeah. Just tell him what's up. Like, listen, man.
Because I know he'd love me.
Well, I wonder how many people now try to get parking tickets and stuff in
Just to
Providence,
see
just to be on
Just
the
to
show.
talk to him,
Just to talk to
I bet there's a good number, man.
make up like a cute little sob story. Just
See,
to,
now
like-
they got the cameras doing his little dirty work, so you
Yeah.
don't go see him. It's just like pay the ticket.
Okay, take it. We saw you. That's why cameras are crazy, man.
It's bullshit, man. They're everywhere in Providence.
Mm-hmm.
I miss being able to reckless drive in North Arbor. It's a good time.
There are safe.
the
red
beginning
lights.
of the downfall is the cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, it is.
Eventually, they're gonna be probing our asses.
There'll be drones.
I felt
Like
bad
police
for
drunk.
you guys,
Mhm.
you younger guys, because you didn't experience the world before cell phones and all that stuff.
No,
No,
I
we
was.
just-
We were like
we
the
were
first
never
generation.
lost.
We were like the one of the first generations of like computers since like kindergarten, preschool.
Well, I talk about it with my
Yeah.
mom.
You know.
We got that like 7 to 8 years of not having like real technology. Like
Yeah, it was
cell phones.
it was there, but like
We were out like playing and
Yeah.
stuff. Because I look at my little cousins, they're like 8 years old, and I'm like,
iPad babies.
they're just on like playing computer games all day.
Yeah, and we had video games, but there was no online. So it was like you had your homie come over and you would play
Yeah.
multiplayer
I know,
together.
man.
Yeah.
So you still have human connection. Now it's just they have the headset
They're
on.
getting rid of split screen on a lot of games too.
It's bullshit, dude. It's bullshit. Because I love playing with the homies.
Split screen is like the way to go. Not cool.
You a big gamer?
I was at one point in my life. I had a paper route when I was 12,
Mm-hmm.
Oh hell
and I
yeah!
would spend all the money I made from my paper route on video games.
Hell yeah.
And
What were you playing?
You know, like Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, like at the arcade.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
arcades. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There
See, that's
was an
another
arcade
thing
up
that kids
up the
won't
road
know.
From my house. Yeah, I mean, we had we got one of the first Ataris.
Mhm.
My dad was a diesel mechanic and a truck driver, so he went to California and he got one of the first Ataris, brought it back, and our house was just always full of other kids
The
coming to
spot.
play and
Hell
watch.
yeah!
And it was funny because I hear people say, why would somebody sit around and watch somebody else play a video game? And it's like, you don't understand. I get it.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we got our first Pong, and we had 30 people in my living room watching other people play Pong for hours.
So there's
Just a
nothing-
dot going back
yeah, it's
and
just
forth.
a dot.
Because there's nothing ever
It's
even like
extreme in
close
real-
to
it's
that.
extreme
Like,
in
at
real
that-
life.
Like nothing even close to that. I bet
Oh
that's
yeah,
really
yeah, it was a
exciting.
big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember getting a digital watch that was a calculator.
Oh,
And-
Casio.
Yeah, when I
Yeah.
was a kid, because again, my dad would travel, so he'd bring this stuff back for us, and I wore it to school. And I got to the point I had to stop wearing it because everybody would just pull my arm. After, at first they'd be like, "Hey, can I see your watch?" And I'd show it to them. Then after a while, it just became public property, and people, just complete strangers, would just run up and grab my arm and look at it and start playing with it. I'm like, Excuse
Yeah,
me.
this is my arm and my watch.
Stop
Please.
writing boobs on my watch, please.
So it's always been fun, watching the technology and being,
Oh, absolutely.
developed.
I wonder-
So it's always funny when people are like, "Oh, you're an old timer. You don't know about this." It's like, what?
I wonder when the
Grew up with
first
this
time
stuff.
someone did the boobs thing was. Because kids must be still doing that, right?
Absolutely.
Oh,
get a
yeah,
calculator?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as you get a calculator, that's the first thing.
80085. I mean,
All
Yeah.
day.
all day. So, I mean, must have been the dawn of calculators, right? Or were people doing boobs on like a hibiscus?
Abacus?
Abacus.
Maybe, dude.
Any technology that comes along, they figure out how to do it with.
You
make
do it by
with
like
numbers.
numbers. Yeah. That's a good one.
So,
So, anyways, you're like a social media influencer. Like,
that's what they tell me.
Yeah, that's
you got a lot of views, man.
It's bizarre.
yeah, that's the term for it.
When did that start happening? Was it TikTok?
No, the first thing was Facebook. I had
Facebook,
I had
yeah.
a video that hit millions on Facebook, and that started picking up. And I got into TikTok by accident
Mm.
because I had a friend whose daughter was into the cosplay stuff.
Mm.
And when TikTok first started, that was a big part of it, was the cosplay stuff.
Yep.
And so he was always posting her videos, and so I would watch them just, my
Yeah, just
friend's
'cause.
kid, And I clicked this link one time, and it said, "Do you want to continue through Facebook or something?" I'm like, "Okay." Next thing I know, I have a TikTok account.
Mm.
Yeah,
it's
'cause-
one of those user 85673, one
Yeah.
of those things, and I just started watching TikTok. So I thought, this is the most ridiculously stupid thing ever, and I love it.
You got a
This is
good
dumb.
algorithm? Like what it shows you? Because I just get like kids with like Down syndrome doing silly dances and like I get prisoners and like cartel TikTok. Like I got a crazy algorithm.
Yeah, when I first started,
Yeah.
it was all over the board, because they didn't know what I liked, or because when you first start, they
You're
just
fresh.
start showing you all the popular stuff. So at first, it's just a bunch of teenagers dancing, which it's like, whatever. And then I just started thinking I should mock and ridicule this entire platform.
Yes.
And so I just started making videos, making fun of it.
Yeah.
I was just being an old dude that was screwing around. The next thing, they start taking off. So
It's neat.
Yeah. When I first saw your videos, I was like, the first thing I thought of is you're kind of like an unmotivational speaker.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
call
that's a good
myself,
way to put it.
a demotivational speaker. It's like
Yeah.
you don't need to do all this stuff to improve your life. Your life is actually pretty good, and you're doing fine.
Yeah, man. But that's crazy. I definitely get why they're blowing up. Because when I saw that, I was like, this guy's got something
Yeah.
special.
Well, most motivational stuff, what kind of inspired the character was I had this guy, a friend of mine, who was a life coach. So he was always posting stuff on Instagram, all that, hey, believe in yourself, or, you deserve to be successful, I give you permission to be happy, these kind of videos. And he would get hardly any views at all. And I was watching one day, and he's leaning against the wall in his hallway, and he's like, hey, do you feel like you need permission to be happy and successful? Well, I'm here to give you that permission. And you know what permission you need? You don't need any permission. You just need to accept it yourself. And I was like, this is the corniest.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought of it, because I've been working on this character that's based on my drunk grandfather.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
And so that's when I thought, that's it. My drunk grandfather is the world's worst life coach. And that's where I started doing that character.
So your grandpa talk like that? Like he did the...
Yeah, when he was drunk, and he was drunk most of the time. He was this old railroad engineer. He was an alcoholic, and he would make me and my cousin, he would make us sit down at the kitchen table, and he would tell us these weird stories. And half the time he was off, and he was tired. But he's like, so we're headed that. Where's that place at, Irma? I forgot. So we were headed somewhere, and then my car we broke down, and I called. Where did we go to?
Oof.
No, I had some gas in my car. We put the gas in the car, and then we went all the way there. And you just sit there going,
Like,
where is it going? What are you
What's the
talking
point?
about?
What's going on?
Where's the moral?
He's just rambling stories. And so I thought about that, as I got older. I thought it'd be fun to do him as a character. And so when I came across that idea, I was like, him as a motivational speaker, that's it. Let's do it.
That's nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely good. Like, I didn't even know if it was a character at first. I was like, is this guy going to show up like
Yeah, I had
this?
to dig through
I was like, I'm ready for it. Like, I'm ready.
Yeah, I piss a lot of people off when they find out that it's a character. And I just take it as a
I feel like people should be relieved.
Yeah. I take it as a compliment. It's like, I'm that good of an actor. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Fooled me.
Yeah, fooled all of us. I was showing Zach, and Zach's like, "Does this guy have mental problems?" I was like, "Oh,
Yeah. I still, when I first really started hitting it, I had people who were like professionals who were contacting me and saying, "Hey, are you getting proper treatment?"
Do you
and
need
I'm like, they're trying to
do you have a
diagnose
guardian?
me with diagnosing me with mental neurological disorders from a TikTok video. It's like, wow.
Fucking like Love on the Spectrum's reaching out to you like, do you want to be on this season?
Yeah.
Find a little autistic girl to date.
Love on the spectrum.
Well, I've had people who get mad at me. They're like, I feel like you're mocking me because I have, I like this. I'm going, do you pay attention? This character's brilliant. He's really smart.
He's spitting
Just gotta
facts.
listen. You just gotta listen.
Just because he has a weird speech pattern doesn't mean he's an idiot.
Yeah, no, what you're saying is true. I mean, it's all just like, yeah, you're doing good. You don't
keep
have to
doing it.
try too hard. That's like what I hate about those, like, you ever seen like David Goggins? Like, he's that dude, he just yells into the camera. He's like a motivational speaker, but he's like, why you out there acting like a bitch? You need to open up your inner man and go run a fucking 1,000 miles.
Yup.
Yeah.
Lift an Atlas stone. Be a man.
And it's like, you really don't. You don't have to do any of that.
Don't. You don't have to do any of that crap.
No one cares how much you run or how much you can lift up.
It's like people are like, oh, if you put in all this time and effort and you're going to be successful, you're going to be happy and all this. I'm like, no, there's 12-year-olds making NFTs.
Yeah.
Becoming
Facts.
millionaires. I haven't got a single ounce or shred of personal perseverance in their body. They were just goofing off one day and made it big.
That's how I feel about it.
wasn't
You ever
it-
seen that kid, Ryan's Toys?
Yeah, as I say, the toy review kid,
Oh,
he makes
yeah.
like
Dude, that kid makes
$26 billion
bands.
or $26 million a year.
He sells
Yeah.
toys now and shit. Like, he's making it. And they look cool. He makes like little fucking robots and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That kid's making it.
He's just a
good.
little
And-
kid goofing off.
And he was just
Yeah.
opening presents. That's
That
all
his
he was
parents
doing.
bought for
It-
him.
what everybody did, but he did it with a camera in front of him.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, this is cool. And then everyone was like,
Hey,
yeah.
look at this toy. Look at this toy. And yeah, it's crazy.
Because YouTube was never like that when we were kids. We never
No,
watched
it was-
kids
it was
open
just
up
goofy,
it was
boxes.
fuck shit when we were kids.
Yeah,
it was
just
all
like more. It was just like a lot of skit like stuff.
skit comedy. Like Smosh was huge. That annoying orange.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was
But
great.
yeah, there was
gameplay.
a while with YouTube. It was like the weirder the better kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it
and then there
always
was the
just
jump
really
scare
strange,
section. That fucking road with the fucking face
YouTube
that everybody's seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
YouTube poop, MLG, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It was
Well,
better,
Well,
honestly.
you look at like what's his name, Mr. Beast.
Yes.
He's
I
in
mean,
Fortnite.
Yeah, he just became obsessed with making videos, and it was just one dumb thing after another, and it
Now he's
just
making
And then he
hundreds
just
of-
started
snowball.
giving people shit.
yeah,
And
they
then making
started
more
giving-
money and was able to just give people shit.
Yes, I think his first real big one was when he gave $10,000 to some homeless guy.
Didn't he just
Yeah.
cure the blind?
Yeah.
There's a thing where he just
Yeah.
cured
Paid
the
for
blind.
like 300 LASIK surgeries.
Yeah.
That's fucking baller. And he
Oh,
just
I love what he's doing. It's just it's so awesome. He's just, well, I got all this money. What the hell am I?
What am
gonna
I supposed to do with it? I guess I'll just put it back.
Yeah.
wasn't even like Steve will do it doing shit like that for a while where he's just giving out money.
Yeah, he's giving out like just like houses to people in need, like RVs to people in need.
Yeah.
But then he was also just giving out like 100,000 watches to his homies.
Yeah, now he's like banned, so he can't even do that shit.
No, he's
People
on
aren't
Rumble.
getting
He's
their
on Rumble.
houses, man.
He's on Rumble.
But is he giving away houses on Rumble?
I think he still might be. He might be doing stuff like that.
Why would he
I
get
don't know. I don't
banned?
keep
What'd he
up
do?
with them.
Huge, super controversial, I guess, right? He just
Yeah.
said some like offensive shit on Nelk or whatever.
Said words.
I think I have no. I don't know. I don't follow them, so I don't know the whole.
Yeah, that's
whole
the
story.
weird. The thing I dislike about all this is just that you have to be so precise about how
Yeah.
you say certain
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I
Said
mean, if you want to
words that
make
made people
any,
uncomfortable, so we got banned. That sucks.
if you want to make any money on YouTube, you kind of have to be like squeaky clean. It's
Yeah.
like, you know, you
Oh.
can't make a lot of money really unless you have like sponsors that are down with it, and then
Yeah.
you make money off sponsors. You don't make money off YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if
But
this
in order
got
to get the
any
sponsors,
any
you gotta
bit
get
big,
the
there's no way.
foothold in the first place.
There's
Yeah,
no way
just
we'll
like
ever make
it's
money
like
off
too.
YouTube.
No.
We've said
just,
so many bad things, dude.
Nah, you can make money. We have episodes. It's certain episodes you can make.
Yeah, I guess if they're not really
But you don't
listening.
really.
But the world of
terms are very
censorship is
vague,
crazy
though. There's no
now.
like real like. this
Oh
is
yeah,
what
and
you
they can
make,
just
this is what
they
you
can
can't
just
make.
turn on, basically shadow ban you and turn
Yeah.
off your views.
They can
for-
also
You
just
must
delete
be
your channel. And
you
No
must be
reason
getting them
whatsoever.
YouTube checkies, huh?
Yeah, it does. It did all right for a while. Now it's just a couple $100 maybe.
Yeah, because
I
you
mean,
don't
it's
have
just-
anything really offensive in your videos.
No, I don't. But I'm at the same time. I'm not what they want to have go big on the platform.
That'd be a crazy turn for your character if all of a sudden he was just dropping F-bombs and shit. He's pissed off. Things weren't all that as great as he said.
Yeah.
You want to give us like a little taste of that? How that would sound?
I don't think so.
Fair enough.
That's
You can't
funny,
ruin the
though.
character.
That's
It's like did you ever think about doing like it all around? Like you know in like WWE, like the Undertaker was the Undertaker off stage for like years.
He like committed to the role.
When you first started doing the character and it got big, did you ever think about just being like, this is me now?
'Cause I had people who were advising me to. I had that would be the best way to run with it, but I was like,
Yeah.
I'm an actor and a comedian, and I do lots of characters and lots of different stuff. I didn't want to be just doing that one thing forever.
Yeah, that definitely makes
yeah,
sense.
better to have more like broad spectrum of stuff than being stuck to one thing.
Yeah, I don't want to be Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what
yeah.
I mean? I'm like, I just
Or like one of those
What to
actors
do.
that gets stuck in that role, like
Or
you know,
the
like
Sham Wow dude. He'll never be nothing but the Sham Wow.
Well,
Yeah,
like
slap chop.
Carlton from you know the Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't get any roles after that. Or like Steve Urkel.
Mm.
Like that
yeah, it
dude,
was pretty much once you've done Urkel. I mean, what else?
You're Urkel.
You're done. It's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, you're now Urkel.
Mm-hmm.
That would suck. Remember when he tried to be cool, Stefan Urkel?
Stefan, yeah.
No.
Oh, you didn't
I
watch that
missed that
shit?
episode.
Well, yeah.
It was
Well,
a little
I
while.
think he had talked. I saw something where he wanted people to understand that he wasn't just Urkel.
Yeah, that he was.
So
He was
he
actually
wanted to
pretty
show
cool.
his acting chops, and so he became Stefan, which was basically him.
And Stefan pulled. He pulled bitches like. There wasn't the main chick that Urkel was always hitting on. Stefan like pulled her.
Yeah.
She was like all over him.
Was it like a different character? But
It was him, but it was a different
yeah.
character.
Yeah, I think it was. They had some sort of like he got.
I think it was
It was like
Urkel's.
Dr. Heckle and Mr. Hyde kind of thing,
Gotcha,
so he
okay.
could turn into Stefan.
Gotcha.
Oh my god! I heard the worst Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde joke this week.
Oh really?
I was doing deliveries for work, and I was listening to some like '80s radio station, and they had like a corny joke of the week, and it was like, what's the opposite of formaldehyde? And it was like something or like come on Jekyll or some shit.
Come on.
I don't know.
What?
It was some stupid shit. I hated it, and I didn't understand it at all, and then they had to explain it on the air, and it was really bad. This is
That
why
sounds
radio is dying.
Mhm.
No one listens to that. I was only
yeah.
listening to it because I had to. I couldn't find couldn't figure out the
I think
fucking
the last big thing
Bluetooth.
is like sports talk.
See, I
radio.
wish radio was like still a thing because I'll just listen to like old radio shows.
Yeah, but they can't. It's just boring and like.
Yeah, no, like
Well,
now
it's become so commercialized and
It's
so
just
Yeah,
top
yeah.
100
corporate.
hits.
Yeah, and again, they don't want to offend anybody, so everything's
Yeah.
very milk toast, and it's just very
Yeah, fucking
They just say
science
stuff to
shows.
introduce the next song and then go to commercial break. And
Mm-hmm.
It's usually all the same shit. They have like a couple callers that call in. And it's all like old grannies that are like, "I think it's a really good show. Thank
yeah,
you."
It's like the Tom
Yeah.
Likas days when you're just like fighting with people on like the phone. Just,
You
like,
ever heard of Tom Likas?
oh yeah, yeah.
That dude rules.
See, that's the way it should be.
Yeah, if that was on the radio,
That's
dude,
how, yeah, it'd be the perfect way.
I'm just
Arguing
doing
with people 24/7.
dropping off alcohol at people's house in the morning, doing my little deliveries, listen to Tom Likas say the most misogynistic things I've ever
Yeah.
heard.
And then you call and I got an opinion on that one.
Yeah, Tom, I actually got to drop some meat on this one.
That's funny.
It's good.
So when did you? Oh,
I was just going to say, podcast is pretty much taken over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's practically the same thing,
It's the
but
only,
just
mainstream.
but now you
news
can
and
listen
shit.
to what you specifically want to listen to. You're not stuck listening to just what the
Well,
radio.
yeah.
yeah, that's also why radio.
Now you can
yeah,
pick.
you can,
if you want to listen to somebody talk about drugs in a very intimate way, you can do it on a podcast. Versus if you want to listen to farming, you can do. I mean, it's
You got
it's all out there. It's awesome.
Also,
Yeah, it's
with
pretty
like
good.
music, even like you can listen to anything you want on your phones. And so
Yeah.
why would you listen to the radio when you're
Yeah.
just waiting for one song you want to hear?
I couldn't imagine life
Yeah.
before streaming, like having to like go to the record store.
I
like fucking.
I
hope
do. I remember
there's, like shit there.
buying
Yeah, I used to have to
CDs
go-
and
I was gonna say.
Oh, I remember going and
I
buying
either bought it
45s.
off iTunes like an idiot or bootlegged it.
oh, I did
That time.
iTunes
Back
and
in
I'd
the
buy
days,
I just
like,
CDs.
I feel
bootlegged
like
it
it's
and
expensive to
downloaded
buy
it off
off
MP3
iTunes.
to my phone.
You when you were younger, was it all just records? Like you bought
records,
records?
8 tracks, cassettes was the biggest thing in the 80s. Everything was on cassette.
Mm.
And then when CDs came along, we thought, oh yeah, we're at the
'cause
new age.
And
Look
like
at
your
us.
music taste is limited based on like what your local store has and like what your buddies listen to. I feel like I don't know. Obviously, you could like dig.
Well, now you can. Well, you could have. Then you were able to burn CDs too.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
what
yeah, we
used to
did
do.
a lot of that. Or then I recorded off a lot of record albums.
Mm.
They had cassette tapes. Everybody had a cassette tape recorder, so we were recording off the radio
Yeah.
and
You'd wait for the
Everything
song to be
else.
played, and then you'd hit the thing.
Yeah.
and- yeah.
Hopefully, you don't miss it.
well, they would do these things where when a new song came out, they would tell you, "Hey, we're going to play it at 8:03."
Oh, okay.
So you'd be sitting there with your recorder, get ready to.
ready to go.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
a
was
warning.
crazy.
That's nice.
I feel like there was a lot more time to waste back then.
Yes, there was.
I feel like that might be why everyone's like, there's so much boredom. It seems
Yeah, because
nowadays.
everybody's just go.
Because everything's so easy. And back in the
Yeah,
day,
yeah.
if you were really bored, you could just sit down and be like, I'm waiting for the song to play so I can listen to this shit later.
Yeah,
That's a good afternoon right there. You get yourself like a peanut butter sandwich,
Now it's like
sit
I'm
next to the
waiting
radio.
For, now it's
well,
like I'm waiting-
everything was TV, everything. Because if you watched a TV show, like I remember watching Happy Days, and
Oh, you had a place to like be. You
you
know?
had to be there because there was no way you were recording it back then. You either saw it then or you didn't see it again for another couple of years.
That's
And you
crazy.
missed
'Cause
out on it.
then you could genuinely cancel on people
Like,
like
bro,
plans. Be
show's
like, yo,
on,
I
guys.
gotta watch.
My show's
My
on,
fucking
man. I
show.
can't.
Oh yeah. But we had nothing else to do, so
Well, because now it's
it
like
worked out.
When did DVR come around?
It was about end of the 80s, 90s. It was 90s because we went through CDs and then there was laser discs, and then DVR was about 2000, I guess.
That
I'm
must have been a
thinking
game
about it.
changer. I mean, now we
See, I
don't even
never
need
had
a
a
DVR or
DVR.
anything because now it's just streaming. Like I was just at my mom's and they just finally decided to get rid of the cable box.
They finally.
My dad got like
parents
ESPN app, so now he can watch his sports on that. So now there's no reason for them to have the cable.
Well, yeah,
box.
it's silly to pay for 85 channels.
Yeah.
They were
Nothing to
only
look
paying
at.
for it just so that he could watch football. That was it.
That's why
See,
my parents have.
my parents pay for it so my mom can watch TLC.
Well, there's a TLC app.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a TLC streaming app that's free. You can watch everything on it. You just enter whatever.
I don't know, all these programs. There's so many programs nowadays, though. They should have everything just, boom, smack down on one.
See, in my opinion, the only reason to have cable is to watch Monday Night Raw when it airs.
Yeah, but then if you don't have
The
cable,
wrestling.
you're still spending, like, say you have, like, Hulu, Netflix.
See, but I steal it from
Yeah, that's
everybody.
all the other ones.
If you're
yeah, it
smart,
adds
if you're a
up.
normal person, you pay for one of those things, and then you trade amongst your
But they're
friends.
starting to make that like not viable.
Well, that's bullshit,
is
man, 'cause then
moving
people will just go back
they're
to
making
cable.
So like your past
'cause they're gonna make,
resets
like,
after like a week or
$750
two
million
on another
off of it.
account. You have
Yeah.
to pay extra to have it on another TV. And I'm sure since Netflix is doing it, every other streaming platform is gonna hop on that train and be like, you can't use this account on this house. You're already playing at this house. Then you have to pay an extra $5.
Yeah, but Netflix is losing ground all
Yeah.
over the
Yeah.
place.
Because they used to be the guy.
Yeah, they used to be it, and then everybody else.
Then
started
Hulu hopped
offering-
on. Then every like major like TV broadcaster created something like HBO or Showtime. Everyone's got their thing now.
I'm watching like one show on Netflix right now, and then I'll probably be done with it for a while. My mains are like HBO Max and Peacock. Those are like the
HBO
best
Max is
ones.
Oh yeah.
Because you got HBO Max, you got like Sopranos, you got Mad TV,
Adult Swim.
you got everything from Adult Swim, you got all the Cartoon Network shit, Looney Tunes, all that. And then Peacock is like a bunch of reality shows, wrestling, all that shit. So that's all I really need.
Yeah.
You ever
Yeah.
get into wrestling?
No, my sister was into it when I was in the 80s. She used to stay up late and watch all of it.
Hell yeah.
And our house, it wasn't very big, and so she was in the front room. My bedroom was just right off the front room, and so she was watching it. I had to listen to it all night, and I used to make fun of it because I said this is a soap opera for the brain dead.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And she loved. She just loved it, and I knew all of it. I followed all the storylines that I didn't want to.
Because you just had to.
Because it was just always there. She was continuously just always watching it.
You're just in the other room, like, I think Macho Man just got bit by the snake. I think Jake the Snake just let it out on him.
Well, it's funny because
That's
now
crazy.
I go through TikTok. Now there's a whole vintage wrestling.
Oh yeah, there's pages
on
on
TikTok.
pages.
And they're always popping up all these, the storylines from the 80s and the 90s. And I was just like, I go start watching it. I'm nostalgic for something I hated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's neat.
See, I know it's garbage, but I love like just garbage white trash television.
Uh-huh.
And I know it's just like a soap opera for white trash people, and I'm just in.
See, when I was a kid, I always hated the whole wrestling thing, but ever since I've started doing this podcast, I've like gotten more into it. Like, I was watching it the other night. My mom's like, "Why are you watching wrestling?" She's
I
like, "No,
push
it's
it
all
on
fake."
people.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know
mean,
it's fake, but look at them. I'm like,
I mean, they still get hurt. I mean, yeah, of course it's fake.
commitment.
It's fake because if it wasn't fake, they would die.
Yeah. Well, it was, because back in the 80s, they were still trying to keep up this illusion. Oh, no,
Yes.
it's real. It's real.
Mm-hmm.
And when they finally just said, yeah, it's scripted and it's just a story, it blew up even bigger.
Yeah, I mean, like you watch that and like if that wasn't a story, like you telling me that the Undertaker's killing people and he's not
And
in
rising
jail?
from the dead in the
Yeah.
casket.
Well, I was watching
Dying in the
I was
ring.
watching like amateur wrestling the other night, and my mom's like, "Well, you do know it's fake." I'm like, "Yeah," but I'm like, they're throwing themselves into piles of thumbtacks, and
Oh,
they got
yeah,
thumbtacks
yeah.
stuck into their back. I'm like,
Shattering
"That's
glass
real."
on each other
Yeah,
and
I'm like,
shit.
that's real.
Like I looked it up the other day because I was watching wrestling. One of them was bleeding all over their face.
Yeah.
I think it was John Cena. It was like a match from '07, and he was just had blood all down his face. And I was like, I looked up like, how do they fake the blood in wrestling? And it's like, everything was just saying like, no, that's real. They just get cut and then they kind of like injure it more so that more blood can come out.
Oh,
They like
injured
bleed
more.
themselves so that it looks cool. So like that's not fake.
No,
You ever had blood
Yeah.
all over your face? That's not chill.
that's not chill at all. It's inconvenient. Gets in your eyeballs, man.
Well, they started doing the fake blood.
Yeah, those
For
are
a
like
while.
the mouth packet
Yeah.
things. They do that for sure, but like sometimes they
But yeah,
gotta
they
just
do.
come in
Yeah, I
from the
remember
head.
watching a thing where they would have razor blades in their
Yeah, they
wristbands, and
slice
they
it
would
sometimes.
slice themselves.
The Jimi Hendrix trick with no acid. You ever heard of that?
What
Jimi
was
Hendrix
that?
used to slice his forehead and then lay acid tabs on his bandana before he performed, so he can just be riding it out the whole time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never even thought to try it that way, you know?
It would totally work in your bloodstream. I don't understand why he couldn't put it in his mouth, but he's singing, so that makes sense.
You ever fuck around with some psychedelics?
Never interested.
Really?
I just had a lot of, my grandfather was an alcoholic, so I grew up with that. And I just,
Yeah.
when he was sober, he was fine, but he would kind of get drunk, and he was funny, like I was talking about. But then he would get too drunk, and then he got mean and angry, and then we
Yeah.
had to leave. And so I always associated alcohol as, not
Anger.
not good. And then just from that, just anything that changed your personality, I just never cared for it. Yeah, I got nothing against any of it, but just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just knowing that I already come from a family with addiction issues, so it's like, I'm not gonna play with it.
Yeah.
Don't
Or
go
bit.
down that rabbit hole.
So when did you start comedy?
Oh, it was in '98. I was, my wife had been trying to get me to do it for years, because I did improv and I did acting and that kind of stuff. And I finally I had a handyman business. So I was doing odd jobs for a property management company.
Mm-hmm.
They had rental houses and apartments, and if something broke, I was the guy that go and fix it.
Yep.
And had this lady in Kansas City. People kept, she lived in a townhouse, and they would break out this window, little tiny window next to her door, and then just reach in, open the door, and go in and rob her house. And it happened like 3 times. And instead of replacing it with regular glass, which was easy to break, I came with this idea to, put in plexiglass, 2 layers of plexiglass, and support it so it was harder to break. You couldn't break it. And took this guy with me, and was showing him how to score the plexiglass to cut it. I said, you just score it, and then we pop it. But and I was holding it down, and he decided that he was going to cut it all at one time, and was putting his force into it, lost control of the blade, and came over and cut the tip of my finger off.
Ugh.
And so I had to, I'm holding it, and my wife runs me to the hospital, and I'm sitting there, and they're sewing it back on. I thought, this isn't what I wanted to do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
And so I called this other guy, a friend of mine, who would kind of help me out with jobs from time to time. He was also a carpenter. And I said, look, you want my contract? Because I'm done. And he took over doing all the jobs I was doing. And I thought, I'm just going to do stand-up. And wrote a couple jokes, found an open mic, got on stage, got a couple laughs, and thought, this is it. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. I'm horrible at it. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm doing this.
Oh yeah.
And just never looked back, and just started doing it. And you always want to hit it big, but at the same point in time, it's like, if I hit it big, I hit it big. If not, at least I'm having fun doing what I want to do.
I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
you're still hitting it pretty big. You got a large following, my friend.
Yeah, I do now, but it took a while,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a blast, You just come up with silly
you,
things and share it with people.
Are you a full-time comic?
Yeah, this is it. This is all I do.
Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome.
So I do the videos and do stand up.
Oh yeah. You got any gigs coming up you want to promote?
I'm doing one in Chicopee. I think it's on March. I forgot the date. But it's a fundraiser for our veterans group.
Is that like a type of? Is it chickpea an actual type of pea? Is that a thing?
Chickpea?
Chickpea. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes.
Yeah, chickpeas are real.
Chickpeas are real.
Chickpea is a real place.
Yes. And you're gonna be doing stand up there. What's the date?
Stand up, yeah. The Knights of
Untrue.
Columbus.
So let's get into some hard-hitting questions. When was the last time you shit yourself?
Yep.
Last time.
We gotta know.
We gotta know. The viewers gotta know.
We've asked every single guest this question too.
Well, it's a good one because we've all done it.
Mhm.
Everybody.
You're a
Uh,
liar if you say you didn't.
It's one of your most vulnerable moments.
You know what? It was a flight. Because
Oh, no.
it was on a flight, and I remember. I don't remember the exact where I was going, but I remember I was so sick that I was having problems with my with balance.
Like
because
vertigo.
Yeah, because I had an inner ear infection, plus this head cold, and this chest thing, and so I was throwing up. I had to use the bag to throw up in, and I was dizzy from the altitude change. I was like, I was basically drunk. I mean, I'm just out of it. And it's everything in me to get to the bathroom to throw up, but as soon as we land, everything else in my body started going crazy, and I got out of the plane. I thought, okay, I'm okay now. But as I'm headed towards the bathroom, it started coming out, and there was no stopping it. Fortunate, what I do though, I always carry extra clothes with me in a backpack.
Smart.
Just because if you get stuck at an airport, so it's happened to me many times. You're stuck overnight, so I had clothes with me. So I had to go ahead and and you just throw that underwear away, of course. But
over.
yeah, it was miserable. So yeah.
Did anyone know? You think they smell it?
If
You got
they
looks?
did, no one said anything. I mean, it was just
I mean, did you
Luckily,
keep
it was all contained to just the underwear area. It didn't.
Nah.
So
it didn't
this
drip.
happened in like the middle, like towards, like you're walking towards the bathroom.
As I'm walking,
Yes.
I get off the planes. I'm walking, headed towards the thing. 'Cause it's a double whammy because I'm trying not to throw up. And
Oh, so you've landed?
Oh, so you got
He's
lucky.
I've
landed, he's
landed.
walking
Oh.
You got
towards
lucky.
the
It wasn't
bathroom.
even
Got
the
off the
That's a
plane,
big dub. I thought you were
started
going to the
heading-
bathroom
On
like
the plane.
mid-flight,
oh no,
and then you
it
had to
was-
walk back to your
No, I
seat
got very.
after.
I was very fortunate that I managed to get into the plane because it didn't really hit me until I got up.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm walking out of the plane, that's when my stomach started to get involved in this whole uncomfortable experience.
How long ago was this?
This would have been about 2015.
So you're due.
Yeah.
I'm probably due, yeah.
That's what that means.
Yeah.
But the secret is if you stay, if you maintain take magnesium citrate pills. You can get them in a pill form. You just take one every day.
Okay.
Those are
It keeps
anti-poop.
everything regular.
Oh, wow.
Anti-shit pills.
Yeah, and so that you're always pooping properly.
I didn't know
And
that.
then when you do get diarrhea, it flushes out fast. I'm at an age where I enjoy getting diarrhea because
Me too.
everything just comes out. It's
Dude,
like,
I
why
always
is this?
loved
Why are
diarrhea.
people not like this? This is nice. I sit down, everything comes out all at once.
My dad's the opposite. My dad has like bad diarrhea all the time. He's like, I wish my shits were hard, dude. I'm like, no,
What?
you don't, because lately my shits have been like hard as a
Too
rock.
hard.
And I'm like, yeah.
I'd be
I had to
shitting
get
normal.
softener for it. I'm like,
Oh, big flex. You've
Big
been
flex.
shitting normal.
I'd be shitting logs, dude, like a good boy.
There you go.
No, I like having bad shits. Like, if I wake up one day and I had to shit like 4 times that day and it's a little
good
messy,
day.
it's a good day.
Yeah, okay, at the end of the day, you feel like it's all cleaned out.
I enjoy
you
the
feel-
toilet. Like, I
yeah.
sit down on TikTok, I scroll.
It's crazy how some people
I-
don't shit for like weeks at a time.
Some people hate shitting. There's
Some people
that
can go
only
like
shit
a whole
once
month,
a month.
without pooping.
You heard of
That's
this?
a fact. An entire month.
that's not good
That's
for you.
not good for
30
you at all
days.
because you're basically just absorbing.
And then like
all of
when
that
no,
into
but
your
like when you do
bloodstream.
go, it's like a
Huge?
4 flush like it's like an experience.
So maybe.
Oh yeah.
What if they don't hate shitting and they just love,
They love the
really big
buildup.
shits?
Yeah, they just love the build up. They love the.
Because I could get behind
Well, how
that.
could you even? I feel like
I mean,
At a
if
certain
you,
point, you just
there
stop
are
feeling it, I
there are
guess.
websites dedicated to
log
the color,
kings.
color changing the color, the consistency.
Mhm. Yeah, there
having
is.
really
You-
big ones.
You ever think about like the scientists that like went to like school for like 10 plus years,
To be a
and like their
person.
parents are like so proud, and then there's like yeah, my son, he's studying in Harvard, and he's working on fecal matter, science. It's like the same dudes that like go to school and then they just like they're the scientists that decide like you seen they dropped that new study that dicks are growing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Yeah, so like a scientist that drops like goes to school for dick science.
Yeah, but this
you
is
know?
valuable information.
It's
dude.
valuable
he's-
information. Someone's got to
Yes,
do
someone's
it.
gotta
But
do it.
but wouldn't you be like you went to school for 10 years, man.
Some
You're
people are
studying guys'
passionate
dicks
about
and
what
balls.
They do, man. You're passionate about tattoos. He's passionate about
Dicks and balls.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, I respect it. I appreciate the study. It's nice to know that we're dicks are getting big hogging.
Kings are up.
It'd suck to be the small dick scientist that's working on that to prove that they're getting smaller.
It's like, where? Where's the evidence, man?
Like, God, I did this whole thing and it backfires on me. Gotta go home to the
Oh, aren't
missus
they
and tell her
following
that
the,
dicks
uh,
are
the-
actually
the-
bigger.
Following the South Park protocol of measuring dicks, it's like length, like
Oh,
times
did they
girth
change it to,
divided
like-
by, divided by length.
Didn't they do a thing in South Park where it was like they changed it so that you had to measure dicks in millimeters to make guys feel better?
Yes, there's like a huge formula to calculate it.
Yeah, and you had to use like a protractor.
I mean,
Get the bend.
I mean, you really can get complicated with it.
Yeah, you could. I mean, you gotta put in the differentials. I mean, you gotta do the girth times width times length.
It's like working on a car.
Yeah,
Calculate
Custom
your
build a
volume.
part. You gotta get everything right.
you need to know. Sometimes you need to know.
I don't know. I feel like that'd be a cool job, though.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
What?
We haven't gone on. You ever been on Reddit?
I've been on Reddit
Very
a
good
couple
video.
times.
We used to go on the small dick problem subreddit.
Yes.
It's a bunch of like
And
really
hear the
upset
complaints.
guys about their penises,
Uh-huh.
and they're like,
They
they
complain
drop in
together.
studies and stuff. Oh my God, how do you think they reacted to that new article that dicks are getting bigger?
They gotta have said something.
Yeah, they're so like. It's just like sad to see almost. It's
Yeah,
like this
it gets really dark sometimes.
Yeah,
Like, we saw
sometimes it
full
gets
blown like
sad.
suicide notes on there.
Well,
Like,
it just shows where the internet is because it's
Oh
like
dear.
they'll put their like size in
Yep.
like.
they'll
next
be like,
to their
"Hey, I'm Brad,
description.
6.5 by 3."
Yeah, and then
Um,
they'll give everybody shit. They'll be like, some guy will be like, "Yeah, my dick's like 5 inches," and everybody
who's
will be like,
talking.
"Yeah, everybody be like, oh, okay, big man, get out of here, dude. Like, why you gotta flex like that? Why you gotta rub it in our face?" And it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, there's some dark parts of the internet. But yeah, I was thinking that we haven't checked on them lately.
Mm.
They might not be okay still. There was that, and then we go on the Virgin subreddit a lot.
Why can't we?
There's a lot of guys that are really, really insecure that they're still
sampling
virgins.
bias in penis
Mm.
measurement studies.
You're back on?
The major studies I've read all acknowledge that there could be a bias resulting from men with smaller penises being less likely to volunteer for the study in case the accepted average of 5 to 5.5.
Wait, is that
would be
time-
skewed.
is that-
Yes, this is talking about the penis study. He's thinking
Oh.
that it's biased based on the selection of people.
He's
they think that they picked hogs.
Yeah,
They picked hogs for
Give me
the
my
for the
study.
study.
Well,
they
that,
definitely didn't
I
bring any.
could see that being a
What?
valid.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah,
don't understand
flipping out.
how
Oh,
the
it is
study
flipping
work.
out.
Like, they didn't measure my dick.
No, they didn't ask me.
So how do they know it's what the average is and what's not? They just got 100 dudes
Yeah.
by random. What if all those dudes had hoggers? What if the stick size really is going down? So I don't trust science.
Mhm.
They're not testing everybody.
That's true.
Like when they say like, oh, like 1 in 3 men are losing their hair and stuff. It's like, I bet there's a bunch of dudes with locks that you didn't talk to when
Okay,
you made
but
that
this is
study.
my question: if guys are getting bigger,
Yep.
does that mean chicks are getting deeper
Or wider,
or wider?
more cavernous.
Yeah.
Or cavernous.
What do you think?
I have no idea.
That's
This is this sort of stuff. This is sort of stuff. It's like, you know what? Mine works.
Yep.
My wife's is accommodating. That's all I care about.
hell yeah.
The rest of y'all, you have. God bless you.
I think that's what those small dick guys need to hear.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, it
it.
could just be that women are bigger, they're fatter
Mm.
than they have been in in a general sense.
So they need more.
So they need more. So
Yeah.
it could just be evolution working.
Because there's more
working
hang
things
time
out.
now.
Yes.
There's more room in between.
Yeah.
Mm. I never heard that.
Or
Because
maybe small
men
dicks are
and
getting
women
bred
are
out.
both getting bigger. I mean, we're taller, we're wider, we're heavier than we have been in the past 120 years.
I think small dicks are getting
So-
bred out.
Mm.
Small dicks are dying.
One can only hope.
Hope he's just fine.
Yeah. It's
Hope
like
you
you
good.
can use that in eugenics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you check off all the boxes. Wait a second. What, you're 2.5?
Yeah.
Um,
That won't do.
sorry, we're not gonna let you continue on.
Wait, with all them getting bred out, do you think that the youth is gonna be a bunch of like Chad douchebags? They're just like making fun of us for
Just clacking in the locker room.
having quote unquote small dicks because they all got 9 inches.
Yep.
I mean,
Clacking away, dude.
They're just fucking flaunting on us in basketball shorts.
No undies basketball shorts getting hogged out.
Well, that was, I understand, the inspiration for having longer basketball shorts.
Bigger dicks, longer shorts.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me in like the 80s and stuff, everyone had tiny dicks?
Well, they'd kind
More
of basically wrap it
more
around.
women.
They used to have to
Yeah, tape it up.
tape it up, and it's like, can we just get
Longer
these, or
shorts.
we just tape it to our leg?
Yeah, why we gotta tape our dick to our leg, man? That seems like a little inconvenient.
Yeah, why was everyone wearing tiny shorts?
Let
You
your-
wear tiny shorts?
Let me think.
When you were a kid,
I
Like in
did
gym
up
class,
until
at
I was
least?
about 12. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
the thing.
it's tiny.
but now it's
shorts.
coming back. Like I'm at the gym, dude. Like I see guys with shorts. Like
Can I smoke?
Yeah, dudes with booty shorts. It's like, this
Yeah.
is,
No, you
please
know what's-
stop.
You know what's the new thing I've been seeing too at the gym? Guys wearing crop tops.
Mm.
They
Yeah.
cut the midsection out their shirt, so their stomachs
Those
hanging
were
out.
big in the 70s. I remember, 78, 79, 80. Those were big deal for men.
You know
That
what
was
I
a
bet it is?
thing.
They're all just looking at Arnold. They're looking at like old Arnold Schwarzenegger videos
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
working out, and he's wearing crop tops and booty shorts.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, and he pulled it off.
but yeah,
So
because he's super fucking ripped.
I wear my
like a fucking
crop top
tree.
anywhere I go. I don't have to hide.
yeah, literally.
My girl's father introduced me to wearing crop tops. You think she's gonna say her father's wrong?
No.
You ever seen that video of him with the cigar?
I smoke
He's like-
cigars anywhere I want.
Yeah. My girl's father introduced me to smoking cigars. You'd think she's gonna say her father's wrong?
Arnold.
What a man, dude.
I mean, I always do wish that we can go back to like that time in the '80s. That would have been sick.
That would have been cool. Just drunk driving everywhere. You ever seen like the old videos where when they made drunk driving illegal and it's just a bunch of people like
Oh, yeah, that was,
protesting
in
like
Florida.
fuck
Yeah,
that,
in
I'm gonna
Florida,
I've
too.
been drinking 2 beers for lunch for my entire life.
Yeah.
I've never had any. Well, I had a couple fender benders, but it wasn't my fault. They were in my way.
No, they're
you
literally
know?
sitting in the cars like this with like a open beer can.
Tall
Like,
boy.
what-
ain't gonna take away
Wait,
my
they would?
freedom,
Yeah.
bitch.
Now they're saying they're gonna have to wear a seatbelt.
Oh, I remember when the seatbelt thing came along.
Yeah.
That was you would think
If I
that
want
we
to
were
fly
going
out of my windshield,
full on communist
that's
after
my
that.
right.
If me and my family want to sit in the front seat of the car all together on the bench with no seatbelts, all drinking beers, that should be our fucking right.
Well, my dad said.
I'm
his-
sorry, I thought this was America.
Well, back then the seatbelts, half the time you didn't even know where they were at. They were shoved into in between in
Yeah.
the seats, and they were full of French fries and
Yeah,
Yo.
fuck that. Who
Comfort
needs them?
mode.
gum and stuff, and it was just
Yeah, I mean, literally, like you're sitting on a couch and driving.
That was like my truck though.
It's like
Yeah.
your living room is in the car.
My dad. See, my dad. Was,
Why not have a beer? You know?
My dad always told me, like my grandpa, he would just like, because they always went up to Canada a lot. He'd always just get like a lemonade cup and just like fill it up and drive.
Yo.
Mm.
That's how you do it.
Fill it up with a brewski.
Yeah.
Mm. Hell yeah. I mean, like, when did the breathalyzer get invented? So, because I bet when they first made drinking and driving illegal, it was really hard to get away with. are really easy to get away with.
Unless you were stinking of liquor.
Yeah, but I feel like even then, like, I bet half the cops are like, this rule is bullshit. Just drive into a parking lot and take a little nap, bud. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when did the breathalyzer come along?
That was really like a 90s thing.
Well, when they started making money off of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, when they
It's expensive.
before
to
it
get
was
a
like,
DUI.
look, we
it's
just
really expensive. to
you
get
know,
a
they just
DUI.
made it illegal. So if you had an accident and you were drunk, it was your fault. That's really what started the whole thing. Is they had, you know, they could blame you, and it also gave insurance companies an out because if you
First,
caused the accident
Almost made in like the 50s.
and you were drunk, before the insurance companies had to cover it still, because drunk driving wasn't illegal. So they came along and said, let's make drunk driving illegal. That way, if somebody gets in an accident, it's their fault. We don't have to pay for it because they're doing an illegal activity.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of this stuff gets
Yeah.
started, is because the insurance companies are involved.
I'm pretty sure a big reason why the drinking age got increased to 21 was because of the building the highways. Like they wouldn't give states funding if they didn't increase their drinking age to
Yeah.
21
Yeah.
That's a load
because
of bullshit,
it
man.
was like 18-year-olds are dumb, which I get, I guess, but are 21-year-olds any smarter?
It's true. Make it 30. Let's bring it up.
Fuck it.
26. Well, that's when the
I'll
brain
get-
stops
hopefully I get
developing,
grandfathered
they
in.
say.
Yeah,
So, well, like Canada is 19.
that's pretty chill. I get
All
that.
my cousins, like whenever I went out there, they're like, "Yeah, we just get like fucked up."
That kind of make more sense. It's like you can buy smokes and stuff when you're like 18, and then like 19 you can start drinking.
I think Canada's 17 by cigarettes.
Make weed like 17. Start smoking weed, then some cigs, amp it up.
Mm-hmm. Is it weed's legal in recreational in Massachusetts?
Yes,
right?
it is.
Yeah.
I went to my first dispensary a couple days ago. It was interesting.
And they're alright.
Yeah.
Overpriced.
Yeah. Well, it was
Way
a good
too
deal for
overpriced.
first time, like going there sometimes. They have like 5 wax pre-rolls for like $60, and that's pretty good.
There's billboards I see around here that are so stupid. It's like Nova Farms and it says our prices beat the streets.
Doubtful.
It's like, it's so doubtful. I can get like an ounce for $100. You're selling Ace for $50. It does not beat the streets. Ever.
Yeah, well, they got a tax. It's
There's like 3
Yeah.
taxes on it. There's a sales tax, there's a marijuana tax, and then like another one. I
Wait,
forget.
So
You
is
have a receipt.
street weed still a thing? Is that
Absolutely.
it's still
Oh, yeah.
okay?
My roommate sells weed. If anyone wants to buy, hit me up.
Well, if they come after him though, it's just tax evasion, right?
I guess.
I
yeah.
think so, yeah. It's not really...
That's probably the main reason they would. Yeah, they go after drug dealers.
But you live in Connecticut, right? It's not legal there, right?
Right. I think you get medical.
I was
there, but-
I was driving through there the other day and I was weirded out because I was seeing all the billboards and I was like, it's so weird not seeing just a bunch of weed billboards.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
all the
Well,
Massachusetts.
well, it's funny
is
because
weed.
So there's slip and falls.
they
there's
have
weed
some
billboards.
advertising the weed on your way towards Massachusetts, but they have a disclaimer saying apparel.
Yeah,
It's like we have weed apparel.
just weed clothes.
Yeah, it's really kind of funny
We just
Right.
sell like huff.
because they
weed
can't
stuffs.
advertise an illegal substance in Connecticut, so they
So
say,
they s-
"Hey,
yeah.
you're
We got
They're like,
weed.
yeah, we sell
clothes.
clothes, but like if you come up to the back of the desk, we got like
We got a
ounces
bunch
on
of weed.
ounces.
We got packs on
'Cause
deck.
all it is around here is just weed billboards and then like Rob Levine.
Yeah,
like,
slip and falls.
Insurance fucking.
Slip and falls and
You
weed.
need a lawyer. You need some weed.
Dude, my thing is they gotta be good lawyers. If they're paying that much money for advertising, they must
No,
be
dude,
making
I've seen.
hella money.
You know what the funniest thing is? Rob Levine has all that advertising, and then I've seen his office. It's right down the street from my house, dude. It's a piece of shit. It's like in this
Yeah,
scummy
so-
building. Like it says
Yeah, but
Rob
do you think
Levine.
he-
I had to do a double
do you think
take.
he really cares about his office, dude? He's probably got a baller house
I
up.
bet his house is fat.
Oh,
bro.
100%, dude. And he's ripped, bro. You remember that
Yeah, I
Super
was
Bowl
about to say,
commercial?
Yeah.
He had a Super Bowl commercial where he like pulled a sword out of a stone and he's just like in a knight armor, but there's no
Yeah.
arms
Well,
on the
that's
knight.
sick.
There's
He's got
just him being
pythons?
all fucking ripped. Yeah, dude.
That'd be a cool lawyer.
That's a cool lawyer. That's who I'm gonna call.
You know what I hate? You know, you've seen those You in Pain Call Wayne ones? And
Yeah.
it's just his Bitmoji is his advertising.
Yeah, that's tough.
Or,
He uses a Snapchat character as
do you
like
see
his
Fight Back Jack, called Jack?
lawyer advertisement on a billboard.
Fight
well,
back,
that's how
call
he's,
Jack.
That's how he's staying hip with the youngsters.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that. I would never trust a lawyer that uses a Bitmoji as a fucking advertisement. Oh shit, is that a Mellow Yellow shirt?
Yeah,
Hell yeah. That's an underrated soda.
Mm-hmm.
it's my favorite.
It's fucking good. It's
I have
like
to find
Sprite
it.
on crack.
It's not. I like it. It's like mellow Mountain Dew. It's supposed to be
It reminds me of Sprite mixed with Mountain Dew.
That's
like,
yeah. It's like a less.
Because like it has that same hit that Sprite does, where it's like it like does that to you.
Yeah, the little citrusy
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
kick.
Mountain Dew doesn't do that. Mountain Dew reminds me honestly kind of kind of tastes like soapy.
Soapy.
Reminds me of like
Sometimes, yeah.
kind of soapy.
Mm-hmm.
And then Mellow Yellow is hype, dude.
My thing is,
you can't like I made a mistake once of drinking that in the movie theater. That thing makes you need to pee. A big fucking cup of Mellow Yellow goes right through you.
Oh yeah.
My thing is though, Mountain Dew, when you drink it, it's like you know you're drinking Mountain Dew.
I missed, you
Of course.
remember you ever seen the new Star Wars ones? New Star Wars movies?
What about it?
And I was in the theater and I missed when Yoda showed up. The one appearance from Yoda, bro.
Damn.
I missed it because I was
You're
peeing
peeing.
out Mellow Yellow.
Oh,
Fucking.
damn.
I came back and I was like, what did I miss? My mom was like, Yoda showed up. And I was like, you fucking kidding me? Seriously?
Roll it back. Hey,
Run it back real
run it
quick.
back. I was peeing.
Yeah, dude. He showed up. He like did some like, he like shocked a tree or some shit. I don't even know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, you didn't see it.
They should bring intermissions back to movies.
Yeah, dude.
That would be so
Piss
cool.
break.
Like halfway through, just like everybody get up for like 10 minutes.
Especially nowadays with the 3-hour movies, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
holy
they're
shit.
ridiculous.
Those like Marvel movies that are like
3-hour
2.5
movies, the
hours.
sodas are this big.
Yeah, dude.
Unlimited refills now.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Well, plus Showcase, you can go get drunk at too. So if you're drinking, they'll
Yeah.
just run right through you even worse.
Dude, they have those recliners there now.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I went every time I go there. Like sometimes I go and see movies with my dad. He falls asleep every time.
They're just too comfy.
He's
I
never
don't
made it
blame
through a
him.
movie in one of those seats.
What was the last movie I saw there? I don't remember. I think it was with you.
We went and saw
I saw
Saints in Newark.
Saints in Newark.
I didn't go with you.
Wait, no, that was me and you.
Yeah.
The fuck did we see? Oh, Jackass 4.
Yeah.
We went and saw
That's what it
Jackass
was.
4.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You know,
What was it?
it was good.
It was pretty good. I mean, the other ones were way better, but
No Bam, dude.
No band.
yeah.
I've hung out with Bam.
Wait,
Really?
really?
Yeah.
You know Bam Margera?
I slept in his house.
Wow.
Tell.
So
In Castle La Bam?
yeah.
Viva
Yeah,
La
the
Bam.
Viva La
castle.
Bam?
I slept in the castle and his home. Drove his car. Took his
The purple Lambo?
Took his wife. No, I've got pictures of the Lambo. No, it was Range Rover. I took his wife to a school program that his nephew or something was in, and
That's so rad.
he didn't want to go, so he had me drive her to the program. I met his parents at.
Oh,
this
you
thing.
met Phil?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Bam.
It was well, okay. So he was. It was a few years ago. A friend of mine who was a comedian met him, and they got involved because Bam was starting to do live shows,
Mm-hmm.
but he was nervous about doing the live shows. So they got my friend, who was a comic, to go up, do a few minutes, kind of warm the audience up, and then he was the moderator. He would take the questions and kind of banter with Bam on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bam wanted to take that, kind of blow it up a little bit more and do more jokes and stuff. And so my friend got me and another guy, and we were going to go and hang out with Bam and help him write jokes and tell his story and kind of punch up his story for when he was on stage. So we would take questions that we knew were going to come and kind of write what he would say, write
That's
all the
neat.
answers and stuff. And so we went to his place, but the entire time he was building a new ramp at the
At the
castle.
skate park?
Yeah, in the park.
Yeah.
And so he had that going on, so he was focused on that. the whole time. That was weird, sitting there watching him. He dropped in his new baby, and he got on a skateboard and was holding his baby and was doing tricks.
Oh,
in the
wow.
skate
Oh,
park.
yeah.
I'm going, that's a level of confidence.
Also,
that-
like he's not like young anymore, like as agile. Like he's a bigger
he was
dude.
big pot belly, everything, and he could still do just
It amazes
anything
me to
anybody
this
else.
day. Every time he gets on a skateboard, he always can do a blunt stall kickflip on any ramp, and it's like that's a really fucking hard trick to do, and he just has it on lock forever.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was a crazy good skater, so I guess it makes sense. But like, he's put his body through so much shit, you'd figure it'd just be broken.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
been through. Yeah.
Like,
it was just nuts.
Not just the drugs, like the jackass shit.
Oh
on
yeah,
top of
yeah.
drugs, like, and you can still skate somehow.
Yeah, just the actual physical abuse that he's been through.
Yeah, getting hit by bulls and shit.
And he was also talking about doing a starting his own TV show again, and it was just the idea was to get fans to come and do stupid tricks for Bam.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, like a casting kind of jackass thing. Where he's,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So, but
judging,
that was the show. Was that you come up with something you're willing to do, and then you would come and you would do it in front
like
of Bam.
America's
But
Got Jackass.
they decided that it was a bad idea.
I think that's phenomenal.
But that was the idea that they were playing around at the time, and they were trying to come up with weird crap.
That would honestly be a sick show if they got like it was like Bam, Steve-O, and like Johnny Knoxville as the judges, and then they did like America's Got Talent thing, but it's just dudes hurting
Well,
themselves on stage.
That's kind of what
Yeah.
Jackass 4 was. They had a bunch of
Little
just
bit.
random people.
Bunch of
Well,
new
that was
guys.
yeah. It was like almost like they were hazing those dudes like into
Yeah.
the sorority of fraternity of Jackass or
Yeah.
whatever. I
I see
mean,
it that way.
Danger Aaron kind of stole the movie.
Yeah.
That dude killed it. He did like the nut slam Olympics or whatever, where he was like testing a cup, and he had like Francis Ngannou, like the world heavyweight champion, punch him in the nuts, and like he got slap shotted in the nuts.
Mm.
And then eventually the pogo stick like popped one of his balls.
Oh, gee.
All for Jackass.
Was that Steve-O that did the exploding fart? Where he lit the fart
Oh yeah,
on
let the
fire?
fart
Yeah.
underwater.
Yeah.
With
And
an acetylene
exploded.
torch.
Yeah.
Lit a fart on
Oxyacetylene
fire
torch.
underwater.
That's pretty baller.
It's an art. It's a true art
It
form.
is. But yeah, it was fun hanging out with him.
Absolutely,
Then he
I
went
bet.
into
Yeah,
rehab.
Bam's the man, dude.
Good. I'm glad to see he's getting sober and trying to take care of
Did you
himself.
see that recent shit with Steve-O?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I just want Bam to do good.
Mm.
Like, I want Bam to get back on his feet, and, like, maybe if they ever do a Jackass 5, I get to see Bam in it, but...
Yeah, it was a shame they kicked him off the 4, but at the same time, he kind of deserved it. 'cause
Yeah,
it was,
it was, like, in the contract that they couldn't be drinking and shit. Like, I get the point where it's like, dude, we were fucked up for all the other Jackasses. Like, I don't see what... But, like, at the same time, like, you agreed to not drink, and then you drank, so obviously you're gonna get kicked off.
Mm.
And he kind of, like, broke his connections by, like, suing him. So,
But I was like, they're getting old now to do that shit.
I think Bam would probably still do it. I mean, they're all kind
Yeah,
of
you
just
have to
crazy,
be-
though. Like,
you have to be fucked up to do that shit.
I know
why
that
they
they're
did the
old,
sorority
but-
thing, because they're gonna pass the torch. I feel like.
yeah, but, like, it's, like, the same thing as, like, Tony Hawk is, like, broken right now, and he's still just trying to get back onto skateboarding, and he's, like, you know, he's 50 years old, so it's, like, the same kind of mindset where it's, like, it's your art, and you don't want to stop doing it, and you don't think about your age
He might be
while
at
you're
When We Were
doing
Young
it.
this year.
Who?
Tony Hawk.
He'll be at When We Were Young?
Yeah. Because he
Well,
did,
like-
I don't know, he did an announcement
Really? Do you think he's going to be, like...
announcing bands.
No, it'd be
or
cool.
skate in there.
You know that Tony Hawk pro skater cover band
Yeah.
that he like goes out with sometimes and like covers like Superman by like Goldfinger and shit.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if he did like that. And he's just singing like, you know, System of a Down and shit.
182.
That'd be nice.
I don't know, because he might not even be able to skate by the time that comes around. I know he got another injury on top of the one he already had. 'Cause
What'd he do?
He tried to he severed or like fucking broke his like leg in a million places, and then like after like 4 weeks tried to skate a fucking half pipe again, and like was lying and saying he was good, but like he couldn't really like do anything crazy, and then he just hurt himself more.
Oh,
Yeah.
Gee.
come on, Tony.
Come on, Tone. Tone.
Don't. Come on, guy.
Come on, Tone.
Come on, Tony.
You ever watch The Sopranos?
No, I never got into it.
Damn.
Really?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's a good
I
watch.
rewatched
Yeah, it's a
for my
really
girlfriend
good
right
show.
now.
It's a really good show. You like mobster stuff?
Yeah, I don't
Watch
dislike
Goodfellas?
Even
I
if
watch
it doesn't
Goodfellas.
mobster stuff,
Even
it's
if
still a
it's
good
like
show.
it's just like it's like a weird family dynamic kind of show where it's like he's like,
And he also goes to like a psychiatrist.
oh yeah, he's like the head of the mob, but he's in therapy.
Yeah, it's showing that like gangsters have
Yeah.
problems too.
Yeah.
Real
You know what? I'll have to just sit down and
The
watch
first
it.
episode just gets you.
It's funny and it's like dramatic too. So like you get like the cool mobster shit, but then like Tony's in therapy and he's like, I had these
Yeah.
ducks in my pool and they flew away and I just broke down.
Yeah. And like a big thing is also it's like the end of like the era. Like he got it. He's like the head of the mob, but it's also like
the end of the
tail
golden.
end of the mob
Yeah, he's like the
owning like
beginning.
Jersey because like technology's getting better and the FBI.
Yeah, it's like there's no
and like
there's just no
Rico
reason to
and
keep
like
doing it
minimum
that way,
minimum sentences. Like people are getting hit for like 25 to lives for like drugs now instead of getting like 10 years. And people can't hold their omerta to like word and shit.
Yeah, so it's like
lot
that
of
mixed,
rats.
mixed with a lot of, you know, Tony just having a bunch of gumas on the side,
Yeah.
you know, eating meats, just walking down the street eating some capicoli, you know. It's a good vibe.
Smoking the biggest cigar known to man.
Yeah, smoking a cigar, eating some gabagool, cheating on your wife with a mistress.
Russian.
It's a crazy vibe.
My
show.
only concern is it's going to be one of those deals where I'm going to watch the first one and then basically sign off an entire month of my life just binge watching.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
100%.
See, my thing was they kept trying to get me to watch it for like a year, and I never did. And then I watched like the first episode, and then that night I watched 6 more episodes. I was like, oh, I'm hooked.
Yeah, that's what I think is going to happen to
So
me.
good.
What's going on?
It's not too long. There's like 6.5 seasons.
40-minute
Well, it's 7
episodes.
seasons technically.
Occasional
but they
hour
call it
episodes.
6.
6.5. It's
Yeah,
like
6
six
and a
and a
half. 6
couple
A and 6 B.
episodes.
Yeah.
But it's fucking good. I'm sure you must have heard people talking about it when it was like
Oh yeah,
on,
I've heard people talk about it all the time.
because
Just
like it
never-
took over, you know, like that was HBO for a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of how I got into Game of Thrones. I didn't watch it all for the first couple seasons, and then
I've
I
never seen
finally-
that one.
Finally decided to do it, and it was that sort
I
of
get
thing.
into like
where-
Game of Thrones clips because it looks cool. But, like that's it.
yeah.
See, I'm just
That's all
not
I
down with the weird incest porn aspect of it.
That was, but it was done in such a way that you're at the end of it, you're kind of pissed at these people, and you want to see them, you just hate them so much that you want to see them suffer.
So you hate watch it.
Yeah, so
I
you
like a
hate
good
watch
hate
it.
watch.
It's like this one character, Joffrey. He's this
Such a
spoiled,
stupid way to say Jeff.
It's like
Yes,
a boy
yes.
king.
but he
I already
becomes,
hate him.
becomes a king, and he's just everything that you knew people in high school like that just they were rich, they didn't give a damn about anybody, they knew they could get away with everything and anything, and you just wanted to see them suffer, and so you hate the show, but you're watching because you want to see him get his comeuppance.
I love a good hate watch. I watched this movie called I Care a Lot. It's this lady, she basically takes over old people's like livelihoods.
Oh.
Like when they have no family or anything, she like quote unquote takes care of them, but just sends them to a home and then puts herself in like their will and stuff and makes a fat stack, and like the whole time you just want her to be killed. And then, the story moves on. She keeps on doing worse shit. And then it has the midget from Game of Thrones is the fucking bad dude. Or
Peter
he's the good
Dinklage?
guy in it.
Dinklage?
Yeah. Peter Dinklage?
Yeah,
Is that his real name?
that's his name.
Dinklage.
Yeah.
He's a little person, and his
Peter
name...
Dinklage. I'm pretty
is
sure. I'm
Dink-
like 90% sure that's his
Yep.
name.
That so fits. But he's like... basically, I think this lady has no family.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
Peter Dinklage is like technically dead in the eyes of the law. but it's like not her son, but like they work together. And once he finds out that, she got like sent to a home, he's like on this bitch's ass, and then it's just like a whole war between Peter Dinklage and this bitch that you hate. It's a fucking good movie. Highly recommend.
What's it called again?
I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot.
I think it's on Netflix or Hulu.
Huh.
One of those.
I care a lot. That sounds good.
Yeah, dude. Fucking, you hate the bitch the whole time. It's really good. But yeah, I never watched like Game of Thrones. I also didn't do Walking Dead because I hated that everybody was into it, and I was like, this just seems like a corny zombie thing.
To like season 5 or 6.
Yeah, once he got taken up in a helicopter, I was pretty much checked out. I was like, where are they going to go with this now? And it never went anywhere you cared for. I mean, you just didn't care.
Money stretching out to make that bread. I'm not. I think it's still going. Did they finish it? I don't even know.
I heard that like the Breaking Bad world collabs with the Walking Dead world.
Yeah, they used to eat like there's like things where they show like trash cans where it has the Los Pueblos.
Yeah, and they have like blue meth.
They have blue
They're
meth.
like talking about meth dealer or some shit, and there's Jesse.
Yeah, does Jesse end the world? Is that the whole thing? What happens?
Yeah.
Does the meth? Does he change the fucking?
Is that what it is? The zombies are all just on.
Yeah. What if they're
Jesse's
on Jesse's meth and he did like a wrong batch or something?
Yeah.
Maybe that's how it correlates. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah, I love Breaking Bad.
That one's so good. See, before Sopranos, Breaking Bad was my favorite show ever.
Yeah,
so that's how good The Sopranos is.
Ah, okay. Because I was hooked when Breaking Bad, because I watched it when nobody was, when it first came out.
Yeah.
So I was totally into it.
See, I watched like three seasons. Like me and my dad would watch it when it first came out, and then we like, my mom hated it for like a little bit, so she just gave up. And then eventually, I just ended up finishing on my own or watching the whole thing on my own.
See, I never cared for Breaking Bad. I knew like when it was all hyped up.
I get you into it.
No, Kevin did.
I could have sworn me and Robbie forced you to watch it.
You guys were trying to get me to watch it, and I kept not caring. Actually, no, I got Robbie into watching it because I never cared for it. And then Kevin, I went over his house one day. He was watching like the second or third episode of season 1, and I was like, "Holy shit, this show is amazing!" And then I showed it to Robbie, and he watched it.
Yeah, because I think I was telling both of you to watch it. You wouldn't.
That's a good show.
Because y'all always hated on me. Hate on my recommendations.
Yeah.
Fuck you, King.
Cam, you think I was gonna listen to you when you were 16?
Bro, I told you like a million. Everything that you ended up listening to and watching, I told you to like months before it. Like Lil Peep, I told you and Robbie to listen to him like months before he died, and then when he died, you guys.
No, I knew Lil Peep before he died. Doesn't mean
you knew who he was, but
me and Zach were gonna go see him.
You weren't on that vibe like I was, bro.
But then he died. Literally that tour.
Yeah.
Damn.
You ever get into emo rap?
No, I've not.
Lucky you, honestly.
Emo.
I saw
rap.
Juice
Hold on,
WRLD
why?
before you died.
Hold on, pause. Why is there no Fortnite playing right now? I knew there was something thrown off in the vibe of this podcast right now.
Playing in the
Why is
background.
Fortnite
Oh,
not
really?
playing?
Yeah.
Throw Fortnite on. What are we doing here?
Alright.
Like an hour in and no Fortnite. That's
I'll
crazy.
throw a little Fortnite
The
on.
You
vibe's
just-
gonna completely change
just-
now.
Randomly drop in on somebody playing it somewhere.
Yeah,
we
some
just get, like-
8-year-old like getting like
Right
40
here,
kills.
132 kills.
132 kill game. I don't know how he's gonna pull this off. There's only 100 people on the map, but he's gonna get 132 kills. Hell yeah,
'Cause
dude.
he's clean with it.
You ever play Fortnite?
No.
Damn shame.
It's a good game.
Look, it's Hulk.
Look, you can
taking
be the
out
Hulk.
Anime bitch. Can we get 250 likes on this?
And everybody home, can we get 250 likes on this random
Yeah, so
Fortnite
this is the
clip?
video game that took over our generation.
Yeah. And it's good, man. It's really good. It's gone through waves.
Mhm.
See that? That's an anime character.
So
right
how
there.
many different versions are there?
Well, they just keep updating it. They have like different chapters and seasons like every couple months where they do
Switch
like
up the dynamics.
See, they were
Yeah.
the smartest video game of all time because they made their game free and they just kept on changing it, and they make all their money times like 20 in just Fortnite skins.
Yo, of
They just
cosmetics.
have
That's how the game makes
Cosmetic
it.
skins in the shop that you can play as. Like you have to pay like $20 to be the Hulk, and you know the game is free. So you know, people aren't like bitching about buying like a $60 game, but in reality they're putting like hundreds of dollars into it just to wear funny costumes. And like you have to get like the battle pass, which just gives you like missions and you win stuff through it, but you like pay money for that every season. So they're fucking smart, you know?
Yeah, they're just a cash grab though. Like, look at I know kids that have spent $5,000.
By I know
Wow.
kids, you mean yourself.
That's crazy.
No, not me. I haven't spent that much. Wow.
But is there a way that you make money back from it?
I guess if you were to like stream it,
Yeah.
Also,
like,
I
views
mean,
off it.
if you can buy one of the battle passes and just keep on like through the battle pass, you get V-Bucks, like their currency.
How I play it.
Like, you like do missions, you can get V-Bucks throughout it, and if you play the whole battle pass, you get enough for the next season. So you can just keep on getting, you know, infinite battle passes. So I guess you only spend like $10, and then you have all these skins from the battle passes as long as you play. And you keep getting it. So I guess that's a way to, you know. But yeah, this ruined our generation. It's a good game though.
They had the heavy sniper back in.
The funniest thing is it wasn't even supposed to be like this. Like this, it dropped as like a beta version for a bigger game that they were gonna sell.
No, it was supposed to be a.
It was supposed to be like a
zombie versus like a player versus zombie game. And then they still have it, but obviously like battle royales came out, and then so they made their own, and then this kind of just
became
took
the
off.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how he gets 132 eliminations, because he kills bots. Like the AI
Oh.
characters.
Damn.
What a genius.
Now, is there like a point? Is there?
You want to be the last
Someone-
man standing. And the
So
map
you're
gets
just
smaller
so
and
you're
smaller.
you're just shooting everybody else who's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yes. Essentially.
That's it. That's the whole point.
Well,
of the
like,
whole
there's
thing.
also build mode where you could, like, build some, like, cool-ass
So
fort.
you know like
like, hold your
you know like
ground.
Hunger Games?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a Hunger Games type of thing.
Oh,
Or it's
okay.
like 100 people.
So it's not a
last man
quest. It's not
standing.
like, okay, you need to get here to save the princess from the castle.
Well,
No.
there-
No.
This is-
there's missions in the
people
game.
Here
on
you
the map.
are.
Map gets smaller. You get resources. Try to be the baddest man on the map.
Oh.
I mean, there's missions in it too. Like you can do little side things, nothing crazy, but
bounty
it
hunting.
helps you get like XP and stuff. It's basically the best.
Yeah. Built the
So these
dynamic
other
as fuck.
people he's killing, they're other players
of
in the
them.
game.
Yeah.
Most of them are real people. Some of them are bots if they don't have people in the lobby and shit. I mean, it's also one of those games where it's skill based. Like if you're nasty at the game, they put you in lobbies with other people that are insane at the game because they can like
yeah,
tell
but-
by kill ratios like
Yeah,
how
but-
good you are.
But if you're like not good, you get put with like 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds.
Like my roommate, he plays on and it's based on like the you know what you play on. So if you're like playing on a PlayStation, you get put with mostly PlayStation players.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays on a Nintendo Switch. And he's always bragging. He's like, oh, I just got a dub, and it's like, yeah, but you're playing against fucking 5-year-olds
Yeah,
with a
man.
Nintendo Switch.
But does that build? Do you get stronger? I mean, can you move up? Because
You don't
you-
Yeah,
necessarily
if you're
get
on the Nintendo Switch, you move up, but you're just basically playing with like.
No,
you
there's
get,
no
like,
real, like, character
5-year-olds.
building.
No,
Yeah, you can't
Oh,
get
the
like
game.
physically stronger. I mean, they have like shield and stuff that you can, you know, drink throughout it and build more of your like, you know, how much
But
hits
that's
you can
purely
take.
game per game.
Yeah.
There's no, like, increasing, like a skill tree or anything like that.
There's
Oh,
like
okay.
perks and stuff you can take, like where it's like you get 4 a game, and like, you know, they do different shit. Like you can get like tricked out, which gives you like a car with a gigantic like wheels and plow. You know, there's like you can have like rushing reload where you just reload quicker. There's like little things.
Different
but
little boost.
basically, we just use it as background. But
Well, this kid seems to be doing all right.
yeah, I'm surprised he's getting all these kills. Like he's the Hulk. Like that's a bigger character, so it's like bigger hitbox.
Yeah, this kid's probably like 9 years old too.
Yeah, he's going off. Kid's got crazy hand-eye coordination nowadays.
Yeah, we'll say that. Like my little cousins are like really good at video games. Like
Yeah, I bet.
Like when I was a kid, like I would play video
decent.
games, but I sucked. Like I would get
Those
like
good
I'd play
shooters.
Call of Duty and I would get like 2 kills.
Big
and then,
Halo.
Like, 100
I'm a big
deaths.
Halo.
Well, it's
guy.
because you were like going outside. All they're doing is playing video games. So obviously they're gonna be nasty. It's all they do.
Yeah, that's true.
Besides school.
Yeah, no. Even that, they barely do it.
Yeah, they don't care about school. You're just thinking about Fortnite the whole day. Like, how many dubs am I gonna catch when I get home?
Well, no, they do Roblox, and then Roblox is even worse, dude.
I can't stand.
I was a
that
Roblox
shit.
kid.
Yeah, dude, Roblox makes so much money. Is Roblox free to play?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're the same thing.
You earn
Make
like
all their
tickets.
Make all
But
their
like
money.
the real shit is the Robux. You gotta get the Robux, man. Get the cool hats and like the cool like shirts and shit. But like, no.
Oh, dude.
So do you think?
I never put any money in.
So do you think if we went back in time and like explained this to you in like the '90s, do you think we just think like, oh, these guys are psychopaths?
Well, we had. Remember the big thing was Dragon Slayer,
Mm.
and it was
I don't know what
basically
that
a
is.
cartoon,
I think I've seen gameplay.
and you had to learn the moves.
It was
for the
like quick
character
time
to get-
events. You have to like.
Yeah, so you had to like coordinate with what the character was supposed to do to get through the story. And we thought that was,
I think
Peak.
I've seen gameplay.
most incredible thing ever.
Peak of gaming.
But I grew up, when I remember when Space Invaders was a new thing,
Mm.
and then Asteroids, Pac-Man, and then the '80s there was just the craziest, dumbest, weirdest games: Joust, Burger Time.
You're
You
just
know.
cooking burgers.
Literally, you just go around and make hamburgers and throw them at people.
Hey, that's like this. You ever play the SpongeBob fry cook game?
No.
You never played that? That was like an old computer game. You were like SpongeBob, but you like make
nice.
Krabby Patties.
See, I
to serve
mostly
people.
stayed on the Cartoon Network game page.
Mm.
I did that
Like
one where.
robot fighting game. That
Do you
kind of-
do you remember the one where you throw Rigby at the trampoline and try to make him power slam the little wrestling
No.
action figure?
Ed and Eddie had a cool racing game.
Mm.
and that shit.
Yeah, dude, computer games ruled.
I had fun with the Nintendo Smash Brothers.
Yo,
Oh yeah, that was probably a big.
That was fun playing that with my kids, and Mario Kart.
I'll never understand the scoring in Smash Brothers.
I never could either. All I knew is I
it's
just kept
based
hitting
on
buttons.
how your time.
Bro, it's stupid. There should be like points for how many times you hit them.
Yeah, but doesn't it like that your health goes up and then?
The coins is your health essentially. The more coins you have, you go slightly faster based on how many coins you have,
See, that shit's too complex.
and you win based on time. Like if you get first place all fucking 3 times, you win.
You explain in Fortnite terms?
No, I
Yeah.
refuse.
Then I don't understand.
Okay, so what are you looking at now? Is this commercial?
This is a silly ad about
Yeah.
DD Pitchett and Poppy George Marshall.
Poppy George Marshall's
Manny
twins. Manny
Delgado.
Delgado. The kid from fucking, what's that called?
Yeah, that name sounds familiar.
Manny Delgado's the kid from Modern Family.
Oh,
Yeah.
The fat Mexican kid from Modern Family.
Yep.
They did a weird turn for that character in that show where he just started pulling bitches.
oh really?
Yeah, like he was like nerdy as shit.
never
but
watched that show.
The Riz worked for some reason.
The Riz King.
Yeah, Riz King, Manny Delgado.
Yeah, I never.
No one here watched Modern Family?
I
No.
watched like episodes every here and there, but
See, I was big. Like my family would sit down on Wednesdays. We'd watch like The Middle, Modern Family, Goldbergs, and Blackish.
Middle was nice.
I liked the Goldbergs a lot, and The Middle. Good sitcoms.
Mm.
So when you got into comedy, you must have been like trying to get like sitcom deals, huh? Like that was a big thing in like the 90s.
Yeah, and then you were always trying to find someone to pitch to. But every comic back then, they all had the same idea: was, okay, I'm a star.
That's a good
It
idea.
was always. It was always. I'm a new comic, and I work at the comedy club, and I live in an apartment above the club.
It's just their life.
And that was it. That was the pitch. And it was like every single comic thought they were genius because, like, I got this great idea.
No one's doing this.
No one's ever thought of this.
I mean, I guess no one ever did a show like that. I'm pretty sure, right?
Louis.
It's because it had been
Louis
pitched
didn't
so
live
many,
up
Yeah,
so
above
but
the
many
comic
then
times.
club.
and,
I mean,
Louis-
basically, it was It was Seinfeld, but as an open micer.
Well, they didn't do a lot of sitcoms that weren't family oriented besides like Seinfeld, really, and like Friends, I guess. Was
Yeah, that's where they were so different. Was that they were not based on families.
Yeah, usually it was like like how King of Queens kind of is the
Family Ties. Yeah, that kind of stuff. It was
Everybody
always around
Loves
a family.
Raymond, like it's a family.
Yeah, that
and-
70s show.
Yeah. Yeah, the family aspects, because it related to people at home.
Mm-hmm.
See, because the thing with the pitch that all of them were trying to do is no one fucking relates to that besides comics. Like, even, like, when I first watched Seinfeld, I didn't know what stand-up was yet, so I had no idea what Jerry did for a living. I was like, this guy just exists.
He just talks to people sometimes on stage.
Yeah, I was like, why is he going on a TV show? This makes no fucking sense. But, yeah. Then I found out what stand-up was, and it makes more sense. But that was the only one where it was, like, the main character was a stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even, like Full House, like, Joey was a stand-up, but not in real life, and he was a side character, and you barely even realize that he was doing stand-up because it's mostly impressions.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't really broadcast that too well.
No, he is a real stand-up.
The guy who did Joey was a stand-up?
Yeah, Joey and Bob Saget was a stand-up.
I know
as
Bob
well.
Saget was. His stand-up's
But not
fucking
as-
insane.
Oh, he was so filthy.
My favorite one of his jokes ever was, I've been going out with this girl of 6 years. I'm thinking about marrying her, and he's like, but that's her age. I'm going to jail.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My girlfriend of 6 years.
Oh my god.
And that was like while he was doing Full House.
Yes, but it's funny to hear the stories that people would come and they would bring their kids to
They
his
expect
show.
Bob
and he's
Saget, like,
what are
as
you
Danny
people
Tanner.
doing?
Yeah, but no, he was raunchy. I don't know why they would pick him. I guess he's a really good actor.
Yeah,
But
That's probably the whole thing. They were like, well, he's filthy in real life, but let's have him be like
Yeah.
a super clean, like, dad.
yeah. But you ever seen the roast of Bob Saget? Everyone's just making pedophile jokes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
because that's what his whole show is. Yeah,
It's a classic.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good
When
time.
was the last time they did a good roast?
They haven't done one in a while, I feel like.
Whatever happened to roast?
they've been doing the roast, but it's basically just the same show over and over again. I mean, it's not really.
I feel like the last one that got big was like when they did the roast of Justin Bieber.
And
And it was like Pete Davidson was there and Chris D'Elia and shit.
I love the roast of Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen one's great. Charlie Sheen's the fucking
Well,
man,
I feel
dude.
like since everything's sort of like cancel culture nowadays, like you can't.
You can't really roast too hard.
Yeah.
Get in trouble.
Plus,
for
like the
saying words.
the roast general. Like, remember when the story came out about Jeff Ross like dating like a 16-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
oh
He
yeah.
was like flying out his 16-year-old girlfriend.
Uh-oh.
Dad was like signing off on it. And he was like 30. So now it's like, Jeff Ross. Even though that was like forever ago.
Yeah, it'll put a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
no one freaked out when they found out about Seinfeld and having like a 17-year-old girlfriend when he did Seinfeld.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah. But ain't no one gonna get mad at Jerry. He's gonna be like, hey, it was the 90s. Everybody was banging 16-year-olds.
No, it was illegal then too.
Yeah.
What's the deal with Pop-Tarts? Can we talk about Pop-Tarts? You seen that? He's making a
Yeah.
Pop-Tart movie?
Really?
Really?
Yeah, he's like, they're making like a history of Pop-Tarts, and he's like the main dude in it because he had that one Pop-Tart bit where he related finding out about Pop-Tarts was like seeing God.
Yeah.
Like, he has like a really famous bit where he just overly loves Pop-Tarts. He was like, I remember when they put frosting in them.
It was the greatest thing ever.
Yo.
Yeah, it's like starts with like just finding a regular Pop-Tart, which first of all is the worst snack, like the unfrosted ones.
Why even bother?
Yeah.
And then he was like, that was the greatest thing, and then they frosted them.
See, I like toaster strudels.
Toaster strudels are pretty alright.
Pretty alright.
You read a toaster strudel?
Yeah, I prefer them over the Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
I liked their commercials. It was that weird little like Swedish boy that was like just yodeling at the table, and everyone's like, "How the fuck did this Swedish kid get here?" And he was like, "Have a toaster strudel," and then they did, and they didn't care that the kid was there anymore. I feel like commercial quality has gone
Yeah.
down a lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's gotten into
weird
that
shit?
whole where the whole idea of advertising it without advertising it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
like you don't even know what the advertisement's even about until like right at the end.
Yeah, they'll do like a whole commercial where you're like guessing like, is this insurance? Is this cars? And then it just cues to like a Coca-Cola in the cup holder, and it's like Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, man, how the fuck was I supposed to know that was for Coke? And it definitely doesn't make me want it anymore. I don't
No.
think the brainwashing's working anymore. I don't see shit on TV where I'm like, I need to have that. Like, at least anything close to like when I was a kid and they used to just do like infomercials for like weird toys, like the fushigi, that weird ball
I
that
had
they got
that.
everyone to
Uh-huh.
I got
buy.
that.
Yeah.
I had the fushigi, dude.
Mine glue in the dark.
When was the last time we had a fushigi fucking like product? Or like the shake weight. Every fucking mom bought a shake weight.
I still have one.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Yo.
You ever feel a little gay while using it?
Every time.
That South Park episode ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it was like, you know, it
Get
was
the
like,
refreshing spray when you're done.
yeah, it was like, you know,
All the moms falling in love with
Randy
the
was like
shake weight.
ignoring her, and she started using the shake weight, and then
Shake Weight's talking to her, making her feel better.
yeah, and they would just splooge at the end of the workout. And South Park rules.
I love South Park.
They're the winner. You ever watch like you ever have an opinion on something and then you watch South Park and then feel like a loser after? Like, oh, I was wrong. They're right. Like they did that for a lot of people with the pandemic special, and they're like, oh man, I was acting like a jackass.
Yeah.
The South Park just puts you in like your place.
I
Because
don't-
no matter what, they're right. Always.
Mhm.
They got the best point of view on everything.
I haven't kept up on South Park in a while.
Oh, it's so good. Remember when they were trying to get canceled?
Yeah, I love that whole scorched earth attitude. It's like we're just gonna do
Yep.
whatever the hell we want.
The best season was when they were trying to get canceled. The whole thing was like hashtag cancel South Park because they wanted to be put out of their misery. And they were just putting out the most offensive episodes they could.
Yeah.
Like they had a whole episode where the school was getting shot up the entire time. And they were just being so nonchalant about it. Like the moms were freaking out. Like, honey, do you want to talk about what happened at school? And he's like, oh, I flunked a math test.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you mean the school shooting? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that thing.
And the whole time, like, Cartman is trying to make Token watch Black Panther because he's trying to be like inclusive, and he finds out Token hasn't seen Black Panther, and he's like, "Girl, say what?" And it didn't work. They're still on the air. They can do whatever they want.
Isn't he playing as Black Panther right now?
I think he might be Black Panther. Yeah, man, they
Yeah.
got Black Panther in Fortnite.
So is it a different character or is it the same guy?
I don't even know.
Could be the same guy.
He
I don't
just
know.
accepted a bounty on a sock monkey guy.
We just have so many videos pop up in our feed now since we watch it every podcast. That's just like random kids playing.
Just a couple 8-year-olds going hard.
Hmm.
I hope they all make it.
Mm-hmm.
Become famous streamers. Retire in their early 30s. That's how life's supposed to be. You're supposed to play video games 10 hours a day for 12 years and then retire at the age of 35.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and still be making residuals of people watching your game that you did 10 years ago.
Yep.
Review like Hot Pockets and play video games. And you should be set by at least 40.
That's the dream. That's the dream, my
And
friend.
it's just there, it's just sitting there waiting for you. It's right
Yeah.
there.
So this is what all those like motivational dudes mean when they're like, or like the business motivational guys when they're like,
Uh-huh.
there's money out there just sitting there,
Just waiting.
just waiting for you,
You
and
to
it's
grab
like, yeah, it's playing Fortnite for 17 hours a day,
Yep.
wearing like a stupid helmet so that people click on your videos.
Well, I have a niece that she was getting into gaming and doing live stuff. And she would have dudes that just give her thousands of dollars.
Yeah, there's a bunch of dudes out there. I don't know.
They just like, and she didn't do anything really provocatively. I mean, she would, just dress
Well, all
nice
these-
and play games and talk to people while she's playing.
A lot of these
And they
girls-
would just shower her with all these gifts. It was crazy.
Crazy.
I mean, you want it to be like relevantly attractive, and there are just gonna be a million dudes on the internet that don't get any attention from women in their real life, so they're just like, I'm putting my paycheck into you.
Mm-hmm.
Just say my name,
Yeah.
please.
Just acknowledge.
Yeah.
Just say my
Just sitting
my
there,
tag,
Hey,
please.
Mike in Albuquerque.
Thanks, Mike, for the
Thanks, Mike.
$1,000.
You're so
Appreciate it.
awesome.
And that makes his week. So I mean, it's like no one's getting hurt there. He's happy, she's happy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's getting hurt, you say, but mentally he's dying.
Well, yeah, but that's
sent
from
that
that's
cat.
from women in his real life that don't pay him any attention, not
Yeah.
the streamer that he's giving all his money away to.
Mm-hmm.
She's at least saying his name.
Yeah.
You ever seen the ones where it's like dudes like donate like thousands of dollars and the girl's like off camera and she never
Yeah.
sees it?
Yes.
It's like shit,
have.
dude. It's like it reminds me of that Seinfeld episode where George is trying to tip, but the guy doesn't see him putting it in the jar, so he like tries to take it out and put it back in.
And then they see him taking it out. Yeah.
He's like, I swear I was trying to tip. Because it's not like he actually, you don't want that person necessarily have that money. It's more of just like, I'm doing a good thing.
Yeah. You want the acknowledgement more than you want to actually do it.
Yeah, that's what I have at work. Like I see all the time, people like stare me dead in my eyes as they put like the money in the tip cup.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, thank you.
Thanks.
You
Yeah.
You know
did
why?
a good
Because
thing.
they've seen that episode of
Yeah.
Seinfeld. They're like, hello.
They don't
look."
want to be Costanza. No one
Look,
wants to be
look.
Costanza.
But nowadays, I feel like everybody wants a tip on everything nowadays.
Yeah. They're
I
pushing
mean-
that
Oh,
heavy.
yeah.
They're pushing that really heavy.
It's like, here, I just bought a $10 coffee. You want to tip $5?
Like I order a sandwich at like a local towny spot and they spin the iPad toward me and it's like
Dude.
10% for what you're doing
Would
your
you like-
job right now.
I never respect when places that deliver like do the spin thing. Like when I go to pick it up for a tip, it's like I came here so I don't have to tip.
Yes.
Like if I want,
Yeah.
like if I wanted to tip, I would have just had it
Look,
delivered.
if you drove it to my house, I understand giving you
Yeah,
a tip.
I'll give
I
you
came here.
Yes.
I did all the work.
You don't even have to put any effort into thinking about this.
I paid for the things that you're giving me. You're just standing there.
What I hate is the ones that I've seen more and more is they'll say like, okay, 10% for average service, 15%
Yeah.
for really good service, 20%. She's trying to pay for her child to go through get corrective eye surgery or something. It's like, what's going on
what
here?
What are you trying to say to me, man?
I love when-
$30 just cuz.
Also when they-
Just 'cause.
just cause. I love when they have the option to like round up and a tip. And it's like
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
either all right. I'm already donating, rounding up to
Yeah, we're getting
to fucking kids in Africa. I'm not giving you who works at Little Caesars an extra tip. Like I already rounded up, bro.
My thing is, when I'm like delivering a porta potty, should I just like flip my phone out?
Yeah, you want a tip? Just like
10%.
What, Venmo?
Yeah.
just pull out your Venmo
No, I
code.
have like the little like, just the one that like every store has, where it's like 10, 20.
Or like
25,
the
you sign
little
it.
scanner thing, or the card thing that comes out of your
Yeah.
people's
Yeah,
phones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check the
I-
card real quick.
You know what's crazy? Everybody has those. I got
My company doesn't use those. I have to type in people's fucking cards
That's
on the
so
iPad
dumb.
by hand.
Dude,
Square.
you should buy one of those things.
They're
just to
afraid
do
that
it.
we're just gonna break them, which I
We
get.
have one, but we don't use it.
Dude, I think it was like a couple summers ago. I got ice cream from an ice cream truck, and I didn't have like enough money, and I was like, "Do you by any chance take card?" And he whipped out one of those, and I was like, "No way!" The ice cream truck guy takes card all of a sudden.
Fucking creditor,
Well, there's,
creditor debit, son.
There's homeless people that they all have like Venmo
Yeah.
and
Oh,
Cash App.
Oh, you don't have any spare change? How about a Venmo
Oh,
code?
here's my QR
You got
code.
Cash App?
Because everyone's got a phone. Like, there's programs to get phones if you're freaking homeless.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you need it, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, in this society, there's no maps. You can't walk into like a gas station and get a map. I don't think
I've seen it at Cumbies.
you can get maps.
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't
That'd be
it's not-
interesting to go.
I don't
see
think they
it-
sell
go
map books.
See if
anymore.
anybody. I've seen map books at like Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, but that's like out of the way.
Yeah,
But it's
You
like,
preferably want it at like a gas.
but yeah,
station.
gas stations
I
used
feel
to
like-
have a little.
I feel like that's like a
display.
hipster buy. Like if it's being sold at Barnes and Nobles, like first of all, you're already like kind of hipstery. You're in the bookstore, you know, you're at Barnes and Nobles, and then you got the map section. It's like, I'm above GPS. I'm gonna do it old school.
I had
I'm
the
gonna get
most,
the map book.
I had the most old school shit happen to me like a week ago when I was at the gas station, and some guy was asking the guy working there for directions to the Elks Club, but he didn't know, so I had to give the guy directions, but like tell him street by street, and I just
Yeah, you're gonna want to bang over a left at the big rock.
yeah, that's what I made me like, and I was like the whole time I was thinking I just wanted to be like, bro, you don't got like a cell phone you can whip out?
Bro,
Some
you a
people don't
nomad?
believe in GPS. My dad doesn't believe in GPS. He still uses a map book.
What,
He just hates that shit.
dude?
He's very like
See, I
not
use GPS,
like
but I
embracive
try to
of
like
technology.
remember where I'm going.
I get hating
So, if
GPS.
I don't
I
have it.
I have this
He's
like
barely functional phone, dude. I had to do a social test for him online because he just like can't do a computer.
see, my thing is with GPSs is like even with technology, why are we like working on AI right now when my GPS tells me to turn like 2 seconds after the turn?
Or like you can't buy
you know
a
what-
fucking chapstick
you know
at
what my
self
GPS
checkout
does is
without it like not weighing and like a person has to.
You know what
come
my
over.
GPS does? It's the
Yeah.
dumbest shit. I hate it. I've learned to like fight against it. I'll be driving and I'll be like on like a main road, say like, I don't know, like Route 1. And then it'd be like, take a left on a side street, then take a right, go down like a mile, then take a right on another side street, and then it'll have me then it'll be like, take a left on Route 1. It'll have me go back on the same main route I was already on. And I'm like, I could have just gone straight and been
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know
Well,
what?
you have to. It's with the settings because you have to say because you have the option of going the shortest route
Yeah.
or going the fastest route.
Mm.
And if you go shortest, oftentimes that bend is 0.6 miles, but if you go this way, it's 0.45 miles.
Yeah.
So it'll pull you off to do that, and it's like, what is going on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I could
because
do
I've
for
I've
sure.
had it where it has me get off of an exit and then get right back on,
Yeah.
just
Also-
because that distance was shorter than just staying on the freeway.
Also,
Yeah.
what's up with it not being able to sense like traffic all around? Like you don't.
Well, some
it
of
doesn't
them
tell
do.
you the time until you get
I
into
think
the
it's
area where there's
based
traffic.
on multiple users using GPS at the same time and slowing down.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it does
Waze-
give you.
Waze is really
It's
good.
based
for
on
that.
user
Waze,
interaction.
I like Waze because it tells you where cops are.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're like having a little joint
tells you where-
cruise,
Apple
you know where to duck.
Apple tells you where cops are now too, but it doesn't say like cop up ahead. It just says speed warning.
Is
up
that
ahead.
shit even legal? Or is that allowed?
Well, it says speed
Oh,
warning
yeah.
up ahead, but the speed warning is just a cop sitting like half a mile up the
It's
road.
not radar
Yeah.
or like scramble.
I mean, there's only a couple states where radar's illegal, but no, it's not illegal because it's considered freedom of speech.
Mm.
It's protected by that. So
Yeah. I also hate lately my GPS has been fucking up my music. Like it'll say where to turn, and then the music will be quiet afterwards, like as if she's talking.
for a couple seconds, yeah.
Does your GPS have a different voice, or you have basic, like just GPS voice? Because mine's Indian.
Indian.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's way
Uh,
more
I
fun.
put you
My
on that
wife
one.
has it set with an Australian dude. I usually just go with the standard. I don't do anything
I
crazy.
liked
but-
when GPS first started popping off. They were going crazy with voices. You could have like Napoleon
Yeah,
Dynamite
yeah.
and like
Well,
Darth Vader.
Somebody was trying to get me to do a voice.
Oh,
for
that
it.
would be great.
As my character. So be like, hey, so you're gonna want to turn.
And you're already
look
past the turn.
I have-
And you haven't
Okay, you're probably not gonna turn around now because you missed a turn.
the most unreliable GPS.
Yes.
Hey, I think you should
Hey.
turn. Whatever.
But
You're
you'll get
past
there
it.
when you get there. It's not all that. Life is meaningless and there's no point to any of it. So don't get too upset.
I want to do the voice, but I feel like I'm just a hack. Like you do
Yeah.
it perfect. You mastered it. Did you do a couple test runs before you like actually had it, or were you always able to do that?
It kind of evolved.
Like, did it
was
start from you just like impersonating your grandpa when you were a kid?
pretty much?
Yeah.
It was that in the as I got older, I started playing around with it even more. Now, I had this one idea was, when you're younger and you're giving a presentation in like 5th grade, and you're saying the words, but you're not putting any kind of meaning or anything.
Just
into it.
monotones.
You're just trying to get
reading.
through it. So I kind of added that element to it. One time where he's just like, okay, so I'm doing this thing, and then okay, so now we're gonna go this thing, and then when you're doing that stuff, then you're not doing this stuff, and so when you're not doing that stuff, then you can do this stuff until you're done with that stuff, and then you can go and do the other stuff. So it's like, that it makes complete sense to you as you're saying it, but anybody listening to it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? And so I added that element to it. Really, had a lot more fun with it.
Nah, it's fucking genius. It's genius.
Yeah.
I love a good character. Like I did a character for a while for a it was a video game league I did with my buddies. It was like in high school, and we tried to add it was like gaming, but we tried to make it like a league, like wrestling almost. So we all had different characters, and we had like the hero of the league, and then I was the heel, like the bad dude.
Yeah.
And he was just like a rich, mean, like arrogant kind of frat douchebag. And then I stopped because it was taken over. Like, you ever do that to yourself accidentally? Like, you start thinking as it.
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah.
So like I'd see myself in real time just be like, fuck that, I'm the fucking man. Because like the whole thing was like I was like, I'm the face of this fucking league, and then but I sucked at the game. So like he was the heel, he was the bad dude, but he was also the worst player in the entire league. So I'd be trying to be like, I'm the fucking man, I'm the face of this league, but I'd be losing every one. So then I had to add like a drug addict element to it, where I was just like, every time I'd lose, I'd go on a binge. I'd be pissing myself in videos. I fucking love character work.
Yeah.
Like it's so fun, especially if you have a good one like yours, like where you can just keep doing multiple things with it. Like I would just post videos of Zach Braxter like on the Twitter all the time, where it was just me. I had a thing where he loved fruit for some reason, so I just eat a strawberry while like trying to just say the most like offensive thing towards like my buddies in the league. I'd be like, he's a loser, and he fucking sucks at the game, and I But I had to give that up. I was becoming way too much of a douchebag.
Just growing on you.
Because it's like, with every character, it's always like kind of a part of yourself.
Why haven't?
For the most part.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I just thought of? That would actually kind of be funny.
What?
The Zach Braxter pod.
Oh, do an episode where I'm Zach Braxter.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I can't do them anymore because Zach Braxter didn't have any tattoos. He had long blonde hair, like in a ponytail. And he
Could've gotten a new look.
I still have the clothes. I still have the undersized polo, because I wore like a child's
Zach Braxter hits
like
sobriety
XL,
and now,
like
gets
pink
tattooed.
polo, so my belly was out.
But you just do a character arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show the new.
I've thought of many things, like he just went on a big binge and he woke up with like a bunch of tattoos and green hair, and like he was like, oh man, what the fuck, and then just back to business. Because originally we were gonna restart the league, do a second season, and choose new characters to be, and I was supposed to be Zach Braxter and a different character, where Zach Braxter ended up buying the league, and he's like the CEO, Vince McMahon type, and I needed to get like a suit, but then everyone just bailed, besides my cousin. He was still into it, but then his buddies just bailed,
Yeah.
and it fell to shit. Could have been amazing.
Could have been the next big thing.
This is a good idea. I mean, it's like gaming, but with characters. Like like if there was more people involved too, it would have been crazy, and a
Yeah.
better game. We played Rainbow Six Siege.
Mm-hmm.
I always
game.
told him it was a terrible game.
It's
to
a
play
hard
for
game
it.
to-
They're all Fortnite players now.
I always thought it should have been WWE. Why didn't we just play a wrestling game, and then make it a wrestling league? And they always argued that that's a thing already.
There was a web series called The Guild. Did you ever see that?
No, it kind of
The only
sounds
thing like
familiar
that
though.
I've seen is Red versus Blue. with
Yeah, this thing was
Michonne.
called The Guild, and it was basically a role-playing game, and it was the series about the people who were involved in the game.
Oh, okay.
So it was their backstory. It was kind of reminds me of that because it was it was fun. It was a
Yeah.
fun little show while it
Yeah.
lasted.
We had like a couple cool characters, and like my cousin Sammy, he was this dude called Father Warlock, and he was kind of like the Undertaker type, but more creepy and weird because he's really tall and lanky. So he just put on like this weird fucked up mask, and he would just pretend to be like abducting people in the league and torturing them. There was a part where, cause like we made it so it was a weird friendship between Zach Braxter, who's just like a druggy party guy, and this weird creepo. Like we had like an interview where I'm just saying like fucked up things, and he's sitting there like silent with like the belt we made out of cardboard, and like I had him like kidnap me in the basement. It was at the peak of COVID, so there's toilet paper all over the place in the basement, and like I escape and shit. And we had like a character that was like a cyborg. It was called the Void. And then one really lame character called Talon Everett that was just some guy. I hate Greg's character. I would bully the fuck out of him like in every video. Because from the start I was like, dude, that's a terrible idea. Why are you just some guy? But I guess it makes sense. Like he was like, if it was a little bit better, like every wrestler is, there's always that guy that's just like, John Cena,
Mm-hmm.
I guess he had a shtick for like, like Edge,
Edge.
I guess that's the best I could relate it to. There was no shtick with Edge. He was like a stoner
just
guy,
an
and then he
asshole.
became just like an asshole.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets about that part.
I didn't know he was a stoner
Edge
guy.
and Christian were a thing where they were just two stoner guys that played with like paddle boards and like the ping pong
Yeah.
board things. Everybody's played.
Yeah.
We
Paddle
can
board.
all appreciate
Yeah.
a nice little fucking boom boom. The fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would do that and play with yo-yos and shit, and they were just stoned.
It's good.
I fucking love wrestling, man.
Wrestling, dude.
Yeah, it's slowly I'm starting to get into it.
Rodney, I think you should give wrestling a second chance.
Absolutely.
I did hang out with Bruce the Beefcake Barber.
Oh, dude, that rules.
He was wanting to do a reality show like Hulk Hogan had done because they were friends.
Oh yeah, it was
So
the
he
Hogans,
wanted
right?
to film. He wanted to do like a proof of concept thing. So I was friends with the guy who knew him, and we went and met with him about how he wanted to film his life, but what he wanted to film was nothing about his life. He wanted to create this whole other reality, and we were to. So it was basically a scripted series as a reality show because he didn't want
Sitcom
people to know
reality.
about his real life because it was kind of pathetic. And but we went and followed him. We did some wrestling matches. I think there was about 3 of them. One was I remember it was a baseball stadium in Brockton.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the weirdest thing hanging out in the back rooms with all the wrestlers and stuff. And they're hearing
Any like known names there? Like, was it a WWE sanctioned
no,
thing?
no, it was
Underground.
Yeah, it was underground. But he would make his money because they would bill it that he was going to be there, and then he would show up, literally just being around for like 3 minutes because he hurt his back, so he couldn't really do much.
Mm.
So there was a whole thing of what moves you could do with him and everything, and they would plot it out. So we were filming those. He had this one where I think it was one of his kids. His daughter was getting married or was married to one of the other wrestlers.
Uh-huh.
And so he was doing this wrestling thing for that kid to kind of, give him a name because he got
Bringing him
to
up.
wrestle Beefcake. And he pulled out the scissors and cut his hair and everything. And
Oh hell yeah!
It's
like
it was bizarre.
They did that with Ric Flair. They shaved his head. That
Mhm.
was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But it was
Did Donald
kinda
Trump
fun.
shave Vince's head?
Yeah.
Yeah. I vaguely remember that. Dude, I wish Donald Trump would go back into WWE. That would be
Yes.
the fucking best.
That would be funny.
For the 2024 run.
Like,
Do a
imagine
match.
the Royal Rumble and Donald Trump walks
Shows
out.
it. Oh, that would be insane. The place would just be lit up.
No one would boo. Like, it's their crowd.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's the same crowd. Fucking, like, you could probably look at, the crowd of WWE and find at least one insurrectionist.
Yeah. At least one.
At least one. At every WrestleMania, there's at least one insurrectionist.
That's the weirdest thing about thinking about Donald Trump is when you go back and see all the things he did throughout his life and think, this man became president.
He was
Yeah.
in fucking Richie Rich.
Yeah,
He
Richard
told him
Rich.
or was that the movie? He told him
Or Home
where the lobby was.
Home
Is
Alone.
that
No,
Home
that's
Alone?
Home Alone.
I think he was also in Richie Rich, but yeah, I remember the lobby scene.
Oh, he was in the 80s and 90s. He was everything. I mean, he was everywhere. Early 2000s.
He's kind of just like a new Reagan almost. Because Reagan was like that, where he was a movie star. He was in the movie star scene, kind of.
Oh yeah,
and then
yeah.
he
He was a
became
movie
president.
star. Yeah. Well, he became the Screen Actor Guild president, and then from there he went and became governor of California. And then, because of his popularity, yeah.
Yeah. Trump was the real fucking top dog with like having no political background though,
Yeah.
and just going straight for president.
Straight for president.
That's
yeah.
so
Dude,
hard.
if Arnold was
Oh,
from
it's insane.
the U.S., sick that
Yeah.
would have been, he could have been president.
How did he
Arnold
become?
Schwarzenegger?
How did he become mayor without being from the U.S.?
Because you can't.
Governor.
You can't or
Yeah,
governor.
Yeah, you can't become president.
But you can become
But
like.
you can
That's
become
so-
governor of
that
California.
sucks. Imagine how cool Arnold as president would have been.
Been tight.
I don't know, because he was kind of he
The
wasn't
first
all that
ripped
great as
president?
president. I mean, he wasn't that great as a governor. He was okay, but
Hmm.
Yeah.
But
Well,
having
I
a
mean,
jacked president would
It doesn't
be
really
cool.
matter who's president. They're not doing that much. They're kind of just a
oh
figure.
no, they're just figurehead. There's other powers that be. I mean, they always talk about
So might as well have a cool.
the day
ripped
after they
power.
Yeah.
well, even before they become inaugurated, they have the meeting where they say, hey, this is what's really going on, and
So I think it'd be cool to have like a wrestler for president, like The Rock or Stone Cold.
Yeah, Stone Cold.
Stone
Jesse
Cold.
Ventura.
Yes.
Yeah. Stone Cold would be really cool because it'd just be like, yeah, that's America right there. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
316.
Did you ever see?
Imagine him like in one of those meetings, like one of the nation's meetings, and he's not agreeing with someone, and he just is like, you know what?
Fuck
Fucking
this.
flips him off, kicks him in the stomach, does the old stunner to him.
Gets in his face. Rattlesnake.
Well, that was practically what Trump was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, did you ever see that Idiocracy? That movie?
No.
You need to watch that movie. You need
I'll
to go
watch
see
Idiocracy if you watch The Sopranos.
Okay, that's a deal.
What's that about?
Hit us up in the DM. Send
It's
us
a
a
guy
picture
who's
if you watch
like,
The Sopranos.
He's in cryogenics or whatever, and then he gets unthawed like 30, 40 years into the future, and society has become just where stupidity is considered a virtue. And
So a
like,
little twist on Futurama.
yeah, so you have to watch it. You'll sit there and go, "Wow, this is not too far from what's really going on right now."
Gotcha.
Huh.
Like the president is like a professional wrestler
Oh, that rules.
kind of attitude, and anyway, this guy, he's just a average factory worker, but they determine that he's the smartest person in the entire world, and so
That's crazy.
so he becomes goes from prisoner to
President.
helping being a counsel to the president. So
Do you remember that dude? He's from Vermont. He runs for president every year.
Vermin Supreme.
Yeah. Yes.
Supreme. Boop.
That guy rules.
Free
Oh, he's
dental
awesome.
insurance for all Americans.
Do you think that's a bit? Like that? Do you think that's a character he
Well-
just likes to pull out for fun as like a social?
Oh well,
thing?
yeah, but his whole point is he's mocking the entire system because it's all set, it's all fake, it's all a nonsense.
Didn't he like sprinkle fairy dust on a senator and turn him gay? Wasn't that a thing he said? He was like, "Now you're gay."
Yeah.
People want me to run with him.
He wants a.
That'd be a
hamster-
great
He wants to
mashup.
power America on hamster wheels. Put zombies on hamster wheels.
Do you know him at all? Do you think you can get
No,
in contact?
but
Because
people are constantly saying you need to run with this guy.
that'd be a really fun video. You and Vermin Supreme.
Well, if Vermin Supreme's listening.
Or like maybe run with them, like as a different candidate. Do like
VP.
whatever party he's in. Do the opposite.
Oh yeah. So
And
we compete. So we have a
Run against, but put like a
Run
different
against.
thing on your head.
That'd be funny.
Like what else?
We'll be the
He's got a boot.
Anti-vermin supreme. Yeah, he wears a rubber boot.
Mm-hmm.
What could you wear as competitor? Maybe just a different color boot.
Yeah.
Like you know how they wear different ties when they compete, like the blue and the red
Yeah,
tie.
or wear those weird boots that look like that are real popular now. Look like they're Mario Brothers boots.
Oh yes, the
the-
Mario Bro boot, like the big blue, the big red thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could wear one of those on your head. That would be cool. It'd be hard to get off though. You seen that video? People have to like cut them off.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's
Because
so
of
tight.
suction.
If you got like kind of beefy legs, you can't wear those
Yeah.
Oh, really?
because they're just too tight. But like you could just wear them forever. At that point, like just adopt that.
That's your feet.
That's you. Or like
Or the Hulk ones are cool.
Yeah. Do you see the ones we
Yeah.
put on our story? The it was like a shoe, but it was Hulk feet.
Oh, really? Like Hulk hands? They made feet too.
There's Hulk hands in Fortnite. That's one. Instead of a pickaxe, you can use Hulk hands.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite skin mashup that Josh has ever done is he plays as John Cena and then he puts the Hulk hands on. And I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, he does look cool.
Goes hard.
It goes
And
stupid.
then the Fortnite llama WWE belt.
Yeah, dude. You get the back bling belt. That's the WWE. They need to put more wrestlers in. All they have is The Rock and John Cena.
But John Cena's getting so boring too, because it's like you can either have him with a T-shirt on or just shirtless.
Why? And there's certain skins where there's like a million different combinations you can have for it, where you can change it up, like the color of it.
Mhm.
I think they should have every era of John Cena. Why can't I play as Doctor of Thugonomics John Cena,
Yeah.
where he's rapping with the big chain,
Mm.
the coolest John Cena,
Coolest, illest villain.
before he fucking became, an army guy. Do you remember when he told the
Yeah.
world that Osama bin Laden was killed?
Yep.
That's where
Yeah,
that's
that's
where
right.
I learned. I found out because I was watching WWE that night when
Oh, really?
that was the
Before
literally
Obama.
before Obama told everybody. John Cena told the world that they took out Osama bin Laden on WWE.
Oh, that's funny.
It was a
John
moment
knew
and a
before
half.
Obama knew.
I know. It's because John's tighter with the
Generals and
the vets.
and the vets,
Yeah,
yeah.
he does a lot of them gigs.
SEAL
Mhm.
Team 6 just hit him up. We did it, bro.
It's like the same thing if they
got his ass.
if there was like a crime
Got
against
his ass.
autistic people or like special needs people and they avenged it, John Cena would be the first to know because he's so tight with like the Down syndrome community
Mhm.
and stuff because he does all the meet and greets with special needs kids,
Yes, he
Mhm.
does.
which made me very envious of special needs kids when I was a kid. I was like, why can't I meet John Cena just because I don't have Down syndrome?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's fucked up, man. A lot of kids, it must suck for John Cena because he's a lot of those kids Make-A-Wish guy.
Yeah.
He's got to do a lot of those Make-A-Wish
He's got to see a lot of
things.
kids that aren't doing so good.
Yeah, he's got to see a
Yeah.
lot of bad
Yeah,
guy
but here's
kids.
the thing, Cam. You don't want to meet John Cena when you're a kid. I mean, some bad shit's about to happen to you.
Yeah, if John Cena walks in the room and Iron Man happens to be behind him,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh,
Thinking-
dude.
You're like, hey, that's the reason I'm the smartest kid in my class.
Oh, no.
I didn't know.
Next thing you know, you see God behind him.
Yeah.
You're like, oh no.
It's John Cena, then God.
Yeah.
Do people that are just dying get a Make-A-Wish like from natural causes? I can't meet John Cena at the ripe age of 91 while I'm on my
Nope.
deathbed.
No, you get to see morphine, my friend.
That's so fucked up. I want to see John Cena.
Maybe you see him in your morphine
John,
hallucination.
get your ass over here.
When you're tripping out on all the drugs they're pumping you with, you might see John Cena. That might
Yeah.
be like your dying vision, as you agreed.
But that would take the sting out of it, if your doctor's like, well, look, we ran some tests, and well, tell you what, I got a friend I want to introduce you to.
And then you just hear, your time is up.
Awesome.
My time is
John
now.
Cena,
No.
this is incredible, yeah.
Oh no, dude. That puts it all together. The first words in the John Cena theme song is, your time is up. My time is now.
You can't
You
see.
can't see me. My
time
time is now.
Yeah, you can't see him because you just died.
It's the franchise. Bitch, I'm shining now. You can't see me. My time is now.
We got it, folks.
Dude, it
We
all
deciphered
connects.
it all. We figured it out.
It all connects. The doctor of thugonomics.
The doctor.
It's all coming together now.
Dude, he's killing these kids. Someone back ought to investigate John Cena.
Yeah, it's just,
John Cena's pulling fucking cords, dude.
Yeah.
Pulling plugs, man.
Can't see him.
Because you gotta think he's making hella money from this, so he's like, come on, let's just get some more.
Yeah.
There'll be another kid.
Fuck the Undertaker, bro. John Cena's the real fucking...
He's
He's
Maker
easy to
of
gotta
death.
watch out for.
Yeah.
That's the one you really need to watch out for. Yeah.
John Cena and LeBron James.
Man, I've been seeing the Undertaker's doing podcasts, and, Undertaker, I know you're listening. We'd
Mhm.
love to have you.
We'd love to have you on the pod. Love to see you fly out. Do you think?
He ain't
Yeah.
never coming on the podcast.
That'd be really cool. If he just showed up, lights go out, Undertaker's in the seat.
Oh.
So, Undertaker, when was the last time you shit yourself?
Yeah, Undertaker, when
Right
was the
now.
last time you shit your pants?
Well, it seems to me also wrestling doesn't have quite the artistic flair that it used to have.
No,
No,
the
definitely
stories
not.
are definitely lacking. Like, it used to be... It's because, Vince isn't doing it anymore. He's not writing the stories.
Triple
He's not in
H.
the writer's room.
And
He's-
a bunch of boys.
Well,
It's not
it
as
seems like
creative.
the characters are more. It's just the person.
And it's
There's no real characters.
It's
to
because
it.
they went PG as well. They can't do any crazy shit anymore because they have to be really, towing the line of, they can't do anything cancelable. Like, they used to just beat the fuck out of bitches in the middle of the ring. Like, they used to have things where chicks would just get abducted and then they're married to Triple H,
Yep.
Oh yeah, I mean, I
custody
remember.
battles for children in the
Yeah,
ring.
like Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero, the custody battle, the
Money in the
papers
Bank.
of Rey's kids in the middle of the ring, and, like they can't do that anymore.
Beating people up in the grocery, slapping them with freaking cold cuts.
Fucking Vince calling people rapists.
Yeah.
You can't Vince McMahon saying the N-word to John Cena, and then Booker T standing off in the distance looking real disappointed. Like, you can't do that anymore. There's no real meat to that bone.
Mm-hmm.
Now their most intriguing storyline is like Dominic Mysterio is like a criminal and he went to jail, but then the Miz exposed him for like only going to jail for like a night, like it was just in holding,
Oh.
and he's like walking around with a teardrop tattoo on his face or a fake one. It's just not. There's no substance. He's like claiming he like hates his dad and shit, but like you can tell it's just bad acting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like anything nowadays, too. Like, I feel like movies are, like, slacking, too.
And also now they drug test them for steroids. So there's not even
Wah,
ripped
wah.
ass dudes sounding off all crazy, which is like so
Why
dumb.
would you need to check them for steroids?
Obviously they're on steroids, and now they can't be on steroids. So it's just a bunch of flabby dudes wrestling and shit. There's a dude that wears, like, I hate him so much. His name is Kevin Owens. He wears like shorts and then like a cut off tee, like no sleeves, but he doesn't take it off when he gets in the ring. and he's just flabby. He's got like a terrible body, so he just doesn't take his shirt off. You can tell he's bad on the mic, and they like push the fuck out of him. They try to make him like the champion. He's in all the main storylines, and he just looks like a fucking. He looks like one of those fat kids at the beach when they have one of those t-shirts on in the water,
Yep.
and it's like we know you're fat. The t-shirt isn't hiding anything.
Yeah.
Just be yourself, you know? But no, he's just wearing a t-shirt while he wrestles. And if it was old WWE, someone would have ripped that t-shirt off of him immediately
Yep.
and
Take your
started
fucking
like
shirt off.
slapping his belly and stuff.
Yep.
And that
Titty
would have been
flipping him.
hilarious and good. But they don't do that. They just
Purple
respect that he
network.
wears a t-shirt.
Hmm.
It's not cool.
Do they have a transgender character in there yet?
No, but there is one in AEW. She was the woman's champion. And my problem with her is that if she's not that good of a wrestler. She's just kind of big. So, like, she just kind of just spears people and sits on people. But she's just kind of like a fat chick.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think she's gotten the surgery yet because she wears this thing.
Did you
Like
tape it down?
Instead of, like she wears like a big cape thing in front of her area.
You can't see that bulging.
Yeah. See, there's probably a bulge.
Mm.
But, and yeah, just my whole thing is just like I'm all for transgender wrestlers, but like be a good wrestler. I'm for the craft, all right?
Yeah. You're about the process.
I'm not about all this. I don't care who you are, what you have, who you fuck. If
long
you're
as you-
wrestling good, I'll fuck with you. If you got a good storyline, you're good on the mic, you have hot takes. Like that's all
That's
I care
good.
about. You're doing crazy shit in the ring.
Well, wrestling, it doesn't really matter anyways. It's not like these swimmer like competitive sports. That's why people are getting so mad. Is because it's like,
Why are you talking about swimming right now?
well, because like. What
do you mean
We're
swimming?
talking about like transgender in sports.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Oh, what shit
Yeah.
that it
like,
actually
it doesn't make it like because wrestling is already like
it's already
fit-
predicted who wins.
Yeah.
It
But
doesn't matter.
that's what would be funny is that you have a great storyline is you have this dude who transitions and just wins all the time.
Yeah.
All
That would be
everywhere.
great.
So then you have this whole controversy. Because really the idea of wrestling was that it was a microcosm of the bigger scene of culture. So they brought in all these different things that were going on in the world, and they brought them into the ring. So you used to have, the Russian guy. You have the sheik from the Middle East. You had all these different characters that represented other things that were going on in the world, and then you used the stage of the wrestling to kind of play it all out. So I could see if they did more of that kind of stuff, got more. But maybe they're trying to avoid that because they're getting canceled. But
They have some gay characters I've seen. There's like one dude that like when he walks into the ring, instead of like hopping up, he has all of his like little twink boys that like stack up in pyramid form, and he walks up on their backs and stuff.
really,
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. Just a bunch of twinks stacking up for
that's funny.
their gay king.
That's cute.
I love it. I'm all for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good storyline. But the transgender wrestler they have, like, I think she was already a chick when she started wrestling, so they didn't get to have like her wrestling. That would be great. They should find a dude that's like about to transition and be like, hey, can you just wait like a couple months, pay you a bunch of money, we'll have you like, come out as trans on the fucking show.
Yes,
Do
that
like
would
a
be the way
whole
to do it.
dynamic. It'd be great for the transgender community. It's not offending anyone. It's your real life. And you transition into the girl, into the divas,
Yeah.
But there's a while where you're fighting both. Because you haven't had the surgery yet, but you're saying you're a girl. So you're doing both, and
I like
then...
that.
Well, you
then
ever
it
seen that South Park with Randy Macho Man? Comes out as a transgender.
What? No, I have
You ever
not.
see that clip? That
That's-
is
oh, yeah.
so funny.
And he competes in like a women's like
Yeah, he
triathlon.
competes in the women's triathlon or whatever it is, and he just beats the crap out of him on everything.
Yeah, I've been thinking I might be a woman. That's great.
Macho woman, Randy Savage.
Mach-
It's really funny.
Macho
'cause
girl.
He, still has the beard. I mean, he changes nothing except he just says he's a woman now.
Ooh yeah, I'm looking to get into some man.
Oh, you seen the one recently with Cartman coming out as he starts using the girls' bathroom?
Yes.
Yes.
So you get a personal bathroom room.
Or
Yeah.
then wasn't it he wanted his and then he like got his own bathroom from it
Yes.
because they got uncomfortable with it and
But
then,
then
he was,
Wendy, fucking.
yeah, and he
same
was
thing.
pissed and then everyone started using his bathroom and dude, bro just wanted privacy. That's
Yeah.
I
all.
used to use the teacher's bathroom when I was like elementary school sometimes because you could.
Sometimes I'd
it's like a
fuck
private
around
bathroom.
and
Fuck it, bro.
I'd fuck around and use the
I always
nurse's
go-
room.
Yeah, I go use the nurse room because every kid would be in the bathroom vaping, so I couldn't.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to
It's so
smell.
hard to shit when they're all in the stall formed up.
It's hard to squeeze one out when it's like, bro, please let me cheat.
No, like you couldn't even get into the stall because it'd be like 5 of them just all like gangbanging one vape.
Bro, I need a shit.
Bro, like. I
Bro, I'm
can't
about
use
to
the
piss shit
toilet
my
for, like,
That
pants.
happened
purposes.
once, dude.
That's terrible.
I'd like to actually use this toilet.
When you were in school, was there a smoking section, or was that past your
Oh
time?
no, it was it was. You get kicked out of school if they caught you smoking.
Oh,
People
really?
had to leave campus.
How old are you?
53.
I feel like in some like where did you grow up?
Utah.
Really? And there
Mhm.
was, I feel like they would be behind on those things. Just my idea of like the Midwest. I feel like most of those states, they were later to the game on the drinking age and the smoking stuff and smoking on inside.
Oh no, Utah was always been.
Did you grow up with smoking inside?
Oh yeah. We used.
Smoking
I
on
mean, you go to
airplanes and shit?
smoking on airplanes. I remember you go into a restaurant. You always had to pick smoking or non-smoking.
Did you not like it, or were you a fan?
Well, you learn to just. Well, my grandfather smoked all this, so it never really bothered me.
Yeah. Well, at that
But
point,
you'd
everybody's
go-
smoking, so you're kind of just used to it. It's not really.
Yeah,
like
you're
an
used to it, but
intrusive
it was
smell.
funny because you would always pick the smoking section because they always had fans that
Oh,
would
yeah.
blow the smoke over into the non-smoking section. So if
Oh.
you wanted to avoid the smoke, you went to the smoking section.
That's fucking science.
Yeah, and back then also the non-smoking section was usually a small couple tables.
Mm.
Yeah, because most people just didn't care. We saw that, no smoking section was, that was basically admitting you were a wuss. You know what I mean?
You afraid of the smoke, pussy? And then, when did it like all kind of change? What was that like?
It was the 90s.
2000s,
Yeah, it was 90s is when it really started picking up steam. Towards the end of the 80s, having to go outside, having
Was that when people found out about cancer?
pretty much. Well, no, they knew for a long time. I mean, it was no surprise to anybody.
Yeah. Or they
But
found
when
out
they
about
really
secondhand
started-
smoke.
But they really, it was really secondhand smoke is really what they pushed to get rid of it.
I don't believe in that shit.
But it was a lot of, it was like a lot of waitresses were complaining because they were exposed to it all day,
They were getting burnt.
and that was really the impetus for eliminating, just getting rid of smoking altogether.
And it just kind of makes sense to not do it on an airplane. Like that's like an enclosed, like there's like limited air almost in an airplane.
Those
Oh
filters
yeah. It was
filters.
stupid
Nice.
that it ever was
are
allowed.
definitely
But
dumb to do it on an airplane.
And like I feel like if it catches on fire, like, dude, it's gonna fuck something up, right?
yeah,
You can't like even if you put it out, like there's got to be some damage to the plane. Like
well, yeah, smoke. I mean, if you're going to somebody's house who smokes all the time, there's
The
that
walls are yellow.
film,
and there's
everything.
babies
You
on
can see that.
planes.
Yeah,
Which I mean, I guess like honestly, it's kind of like revenge for them crying. Like might as well
Yeah.
blow smoke at them, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I see that.
It's revenge.
Edge.
Do you travel? You travel a lot, right?
Oh yeah, quite
See,
a bit.
you ever had like the terrible baby on a plane?
I think everybody has.
Yeah.
I've never encountered it. I've only been on
I've
a plane
had
once.
a few. Usually, just you put on noise canceling headphones and you're done with it. But
Hell yeah.
That's how I did it.
The one flight I was on, it was Delta, and they had those little TVs. So I just put my earbuds in. I don't know if there was any babies crying. I was watching that Fantastic Beast, the cooler Harry Potter series, where
Mhm.
it's the dude that just fucks around with different.
Hey, if you're flying
I watched
on,
that at the Mendon
creatures.
Drive-In.
if you're flying on Delta, you can watch The Sopranos.
Really?
Yeah,
I usually fly American.
Delta has The Sopranos.
So
on
you
there.
should reconsider flying on Delta so you can catch up on The Sopranos.
Yeah.
Because you're already, there's nothing to do.
nothing to do. Eh.
It's where, yeah. Just keep on
I do
going in
appreciate
airplanes.
modern air travel in one respect is that the people next to you don't feel compelled to have to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm,
You're
yeah.
all doing your own. You're all doing.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I don't want to be here either. So let's just
do our thing.
do
keep
our
our
thing.
space. And then
Well, I did this last flight. I had this a couple days ago. I flew into Boston, and the gal that sat next to me, she was probably 20s or 30s, but she kept like staring at me like she was wanting me to talk to her.
Maybe she knew who you were because of the TikToks.
I don't know. It was just
Was she younger?
It was weird. Yeah, she was like in her late 20s,
Dude.
but she kept wanting to talk to me, and I
Was she giving you those fuck me eyes?
well, no, it was like a weird. I want to talk to you, but I'm irritated that you're here.
Huh.
It was a weird vibe, and I'm at that age where you talk to a young woman, they assume that you're a creep that's trying to do. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So now,
Yep.
you ever see you wonder why is this dude so always act so grumpy? It's because we're trying to get people to leave us alone because you try to be nice and then they think you're creepy. So you'd rather them think that you're a rude old dude
Yeah.
rather than the creepy dude.
Well, it's like a new thing where every chick just assumes that any man is hitting on them for some
yeah.
reason.
Oh, it's crazy.
Like you can't there's a thing where it's in gyms.
Oh,
where
yeah,
you
the
just
gym
gotta
thing.
look upwards.
yes. I go to the gym now. I'm just like I'm not making eye contact. I'm not.
That's how
looking
I am,
at
especially
you.
too. Like my gym I go to, it's like there's a tripod every corner of the gym.
Oh, it's insane,
Dude, I'm not gonna get caught lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in one of those videos like this guy was staring at me, and it's like,
Literally,
bro,
you're like working out, eyes closed, dude.
I got a blindfold on.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many reps I'm doing.
Yep.
Well, did you see that one? She's doing the every gal now is doing the pelvic thing
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
on the bench. You know what I'm talking about?
The one where they raise
And-
the legs and
The
they're
hip
laying
thrust.
out, or the hip thrusters, yeah.
Yeah, the hip thrusters. So they put the bar across there and start going at it. And so this gal is videotaping, taping herself doing these, and they got this guy in the background, and he's just there on a bike or something, and he looks over at her a couple times, but you look at people when you're at the
Yes.
gym. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing else
There's
to look
no-
at.
people watching.
But he's not like staring at her, and
Doing anything crazy.
yeah, he just glances over a couple times. She's like, I can't believe this creep's over. And then she finishes her set, and she's having a hard time because the weight's too much. And as he's walking by, he says, "You need help with your weights?" And she's like, "No, I think I got it." And she's like,
I have a boyfriend.
I'm calling this dude out, and he's just trying to be nice. He's just like, "You need help?" Because she's trapped under the weight,
You
and he's
can't
like,
do
"Do you
shit
want me to pull
nowadays,
those
man.
these 245s that you probably shouldn't be using?" But no, it was. So
Can't
yeah,
help
after watching all
nobody.
that kind of stuff, I'm like, I'm just not.
I'm staying away from it, dude.
Just
If a
away.
woman is dying in the gym, I can't.
I'm
Too
sorry.
bad. Sorry for you.
Where's your boyfriend?
I couldn't get. Yeah, I'm
Couldn't
not
get
gonna
in
get
contact
caught
with
in
your
some
boyfriend.
video, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking get your boyfriend.
Look
get
at
the
this
weights
creep.
and
He
stuff
just
killing
came
you.
over and saved my life. What an ass.
She's just fucking dying under the bench press. I can't help. Can't, bar is, resting on her chest. That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this sucks to be you.
It reminds me of that bit we had of guys late at night in the gym joking. You ever heard of joking?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Trying to
So it's
think
a
of the
thing
bit.
where you like put weights on your dick to like stretch it out.
Yeah, like pull it.
Yep.
Pull it a bunch. So we had like an idea of a guy hitting like a superset, like with like weights like
Oh, joke lifting. That was it.
tied onto his dick,
Yeah,
and
like
he's
deadlifting
he's
with it.
deadlifting, and then he's like butt naked in the gym at night, thinking no one's gonna show up, and then one dude shows up and he just sees him. You like,
He's in it.
It's like after the dude has fallen forward, he's like completely squeezed by the weights, with the guy's butt up, like
Oh yeah, and he
ass
doesn't
out,
want to help him.
and he just walks into the sauna, and then like comes out. The guy's like just a pool of blood because he tried to like lift himself up, and the weights ripped his dick off and shit.
Joking.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of the monks, Tibetan monks.
Yeah,
that will
taking
do
like
that stuff.
dick shots. Yeah.
They're doing the weights.
Mhm.
on it. It's like,
Yeah, it's joking. It's primal joking. And since the dawn of time, they've been joking. But
So-
well, maybe that's
Study
why.
theory.
back
Maybe
to
that's
women
why
in the
sizes are
gym.
bigger.
A lot of gyms have like women weight rooms now,
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
every
But they're
time
so tiny too.
every time I see it, it's like, yeah, you did this so that like guys wouldn't stare at you at the gym, but what's gonna stop a bunch of guys from just literally standing at the door
Yeah.
and,
Well, my thing is, I always
and
see
looking in?
I always see the women's sections at the gym, and it's never
Fine.
packed, and it's just there's
What
no.
are you doing?
No, my
What are
thing
you
is the
doing?
women's sections at the gyms I go to, they're never
They're trash.
used. No, they're never. Nobody's ever using them, and I always think to myself, like, bro, can I just use this?
Yeah,
Private lifting
dude.
room?
Literally, nobody's.
There's
there.
extra weights in there. It's mad private.
Yeah, they're in the main lifting
Fuck it,
room.
I'm transgender.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. The weirdest thing though for me is people who will film themselves in the gym, but I see this more with guys. Is they film themselves in the locker room, and it's like, why are you turning the
Look at
camera on the
talk
locker
to this
room?
guy.
You
Talk to
weirdo.
this guy about
Talk
it.
to this guy right
You
here
do
about
that?
What? I film myself in the locker room?
Yeah.
It's so I can see my progress. I got the best lighting.
He wants to make his. Hold on, we have a picture right here of us in the locker room when we were both working out. We got this printed onto a heart. It's our flexing pose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's progress.
Uh huh.
It's his
That's
back,
progress.
my arms, a little bit of, maybe.
But I'm
his-
not in the middle of the gym though, like shirtless, just in the locker room.
Yeah. Didn't you get really insecure for a while because some guy told you were like gay for flexing in the locker room?
No, oh my god,
Or he said,
what was
like-
that?
Or he said you like put your nipples away or some shit like that?
No, you were there with me.
Yeah.
The guy, I was like going to throw my shirt on, but I was like talking to you, and for some reason I like was like just like touching my nipple, and the guy was like, "What are you like rubbing?" Oh no, it was. What the fuck did he say? It was something weird. Oh, he's like, "Oh, you like rubbing your nipples when he was walking in?" And I was just like, so off guard. I was just like,
What?
"Yeah," and then he was like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah?
And then I was like, "Yeah," and then he was like, "Yeah, I like rubbing my girlfriend's nipples."
Yeah.
And I'm just
he just
like-
flexed on you.
I'm
dude.
just like, okay, cool.
Sick, bro.
Dude, I forgot about that.
That's why I don't go to the gym anymore. Shit's
Are
weird.
you at the age yet where you can just like walk around butt ass naked around the locker room and just no cares in the world?
Yeah, you do that?
Yeah, I could, but I don't.
Mm.
But yeah.
One time we were in the gym and there was a guy, old dude, he walked into the sauna and he just had a towel on. And we're like, okay, that's fine. And then he sat down and he just took the towel off.
Oh yeah, and that's when Joey was working there
It-
too. So we got him to put the sign
Yeah.
up saying you have to wear a towel or underwear.
No,
and-
we sat there for like 10 minutes
Yeah.
just to not seem like we were walking out because of his weird shit. Like we wanted to seem like, like we didn't want to be mean.
Like it's
And then we immediately
But
went to the
I-
desk.
As
Or-
an old dude, he probably did it to get you to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we went to the desk and we were like, Joey, some like old guys and they're butt ass naked.
You know
he's
what I'm
like,
gonna start
he's
doing?
like, that guy again.
You know what I'm gonna start doing? If that's what they're doing to make me to leave, I'm just gonna start staying there even longer. Power move, make
Yep.
them leave first.
Take
No,
your
you
pants
should
off,
get
dude.
naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Or be like,
Just take
"Alright."
your dick out.
It's like I'm fully clothed in the sauna. All right, so this is what we're doing. I guess.
It's like, oh, we're
then
allowed to do that? Oh, so, man, this is
Oh
awesome.
wait, I have a video.
Just
of
put it through the zipper, like just be like, and then when they question it, be like, nah, like you gotta, like
Let
it
that shit
helps, like
breathe.
it lets it like juice up, you know, like really sweat out your dick.
I think the funniest.
If you could take weights in there and start joking, is that what we call it?
You
Joking.
start
Joking, yep.
In the shower,
Joking in the sauna.
in the sauna.
This is what happens in the sauna.
That's how you
in
get
my
someone to
gym.
leave, dude. You start pulling on your dick in the sauna.
Right. The guy that was like smashing shit in the sauna.
Oh yeah,
What?
this is
This is
this
some
him
guy in the
joking?
sauna, just like boom slash, and then he goes like
trying to.
he was
make
punching
you
the
leave.
wall, breathing super heavy.
Oh, dear.
He's getting
Dude,
into it.
trying to get you to leave. That's like some people have crazy scare tactics for when they just want to be left alone. Like this week, I had a tattoo client. It was the craziest
Oh,
shit.
Oh yeah.
He hold on, I gotta pull up the text.
The man who got enlightened.
Yeah, like I met this dude at the liquor store where I work.
Uh-huh.
He seemed completely normal. He had a couple of tattoos and shit. We started talking about like how I do tattoos. He like booked an appointment. Like everything was normal. It was for like last week. And then I hit him up the day of. I'm trying to find the thing.
He watched a Rodney Norman video and then changed his mind.
Yeah, you got enlightened. You changed him. Yeah, alright. So I go, yo, you still on for today? And he goes, I don't need a tattoo to prevail myself. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I said, huh? And he goes, I'm here to save souls. And I go, so no tattoo? And he goes, no thank you, brother. And I was like,
Yeah.
that's the craziest way anyone's ever canceled a tattoo.
Oh,
He
wow.
saw some shit and learned.
I
I
genuinely think that might have just been him being like, I don't have the money for this tattoo, and I don't really want it. I'm just gonna say some crazy shit so I don't have to deal with this dude.
Mm.
Could be.
I respect it.
But yeah, you gotta think he's like, I don't know this guy.
But, a simple, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't think I want one. Would have been sufficient.
I don't care. I'm fine with that, but like, honestly, it made me smile. I was like, this is
Yeah,
a really
that's
funny way to
crazy.
cancel a tattoo. This is crazy. I was like, I'm done with liquor store customers as clients. They're all crazy because I work morning shift. It's all just functioning alcoholics coming in at 8 o'clock. It's a vibe.
More
Lady-
so
You work at-
you
you
deliver
work-
to people's houses.
Yeah.
Wow.
You work at a
I
liquor
didn't know that was
store?
an option. You don't even have to leave your house to get shit hammered.
I had a lady this week that came in and she was drunk as shit. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. And she was like, I need to throw up. And I was like, go outside. And then she was like, do you have a trash can? So I just handed her the trash bin so she didn't throw up on the fucking floor. She throws up in the trash bin. And then she was like, work is so hard. She was like, I was like, oh, what do you do? And she was like, I'm a mortician. I was like, oh, that must be rough. And she was like, I hate it, and started crying and shit. And then some black lady came in and saved it. She was like, I need to go quick. I'm gonna need, and then just got that bitch out of there. And the bitch, she tipped me $5. It was, you know what? Any day of the week, I'll take a $5 tip for throwing up in my trash can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Something
fair
like
deal.
that. But yeah, psychos. They're chill though. Some of them are pretty chill. I have a couple like homeless guys I'm pretty friendly with there. That like we're on like a name to name basis.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't tip or nothing because
No.
they're homeless, but
They're cool.
they're chill guys. Some of them have like crazy
liquor
stories.
Store customers to really see.
One of the homeless
bright
dudes
stars.
was talking about how he used to rob liquor stores.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like, man, I used to rob liquor stores like this shit all the time. It was like, I'd be, hit one, Go buy some fucking weed. Go buy some coke. Get me a shotty, and these shotties were fine. And then it's just like 3 people behind him in line. Because it's like a convenience store, liquor store. It's kind of bad street. It's fun though. I get some good
interesting people.
Good stories.
Good stories.
Yep.
How long have you been doing this?
2 hours and 15.
33 minutes.
Oh wow.
Is this how long you usually go?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah.
Well, you have any more dates to plug?
Yeah, just, RodneyNorman.com. It's all on there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Go watch his videos if you haven't seen him.
Stay informed.
If you haven't seen him, your fucking TikTok algorithm sucks.
Yep.
Yes, it does.
Well, actually, you popped up on my Instagram, on my main Instagram, for like Instagram Reels.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we were following you a while ago, like before we even knew you were kind of around here. I was just like, this guy's shit's funny. I like this. So
Oh,
yeah,
thanks.
yeah. It was a blessing to have you.
Mm-hmm. Pleasure.
Welcome
Yeah.
anytime.
It was a pleasure.
Anytime, dude. It was great.
It was a nice hang.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But anyways,
Stay gay, America.
Stay gay, America.
have a good one, everyone. Oh, wait, where's the... All right,